All right, guys, sorry about that. We are back, and hopefully that issue is fixed. We will be going up on Volskaya now. Sky City chose for their assault map of choice. So from there, we definitely saw Kablam had quite a bit of organizational skills there for their team. Sky City, on the other hand, they're down. They almost had that first point at Lijiang. I was actually surprised. I thought they were gonna take that at least that round. But then 99% curse. Kablam comes in and just takes it over, and then they took the rest of that game on their way, and same with Kings Row. So, what do you? I mean, is there anything you think Sky City can do, to help them maybe get Volskaya?
Well, it depends on whether or not Kablam's just going to keep exploiting this comp that they hit on last time. And if they do, I'm not sure how Sky City is going to be able to counter it without something like a Pharah that's good against the combo that they're being thrown.
Given the combo that they're using and given the ins and outs of Volskaya, do you think that there's any solutions that Sky City could pull out to counter Kablam that wouldn't involve using heroes they're not necessarily good at, but do take advantage of the different map?
I'm not sure, but we are going to see them at least try the pharmacy. Red's going on to Pharah for Sky City, so we're going to see whether or not that works, whether or not the comfort level is enough there. On this map, the big thing I think for Sky City is going to be which approach do they take? Are they going to try to push left, push right? Are they going to send a lot of people over through the long flank? They've got options.
Absolutely. But let's take a look over here. Kablam is running Claw of Death on Sombra in a support slot. A classic move on Volskaya, one of her best maps. So here we come with Sky City going around the left-hand side,
Right, guys, sorry
setting
about
their
that.
Farm
We are
Mercy
back.
combo up
Hopefully
over the top,
that
kind of
issue
poking out
is
the choke here.
fixed.
Sombra came out. Nick is now diving around in their backline. Both of those users can teleport, so they were able to make their escape. And a push now coming on the left-hand side of the building, going straight through the choke. Boy goes down. That is an opening pick, but Horoscope is taken out, and the counter dive, is definitely taking its toll. I don't know if they're going to be able to out-sustain here as they make their first attack on the point. No, they're getting mopped up. The combination of getting hacked out on that suit and just the relentless damage of Tracer and Winston keeping them down.
And what I saw out of Sky City there, they left their Mercy behind. And their Mercy was, in the end, trying to fight off of Tracer and Sombra by herself. It didn't go well. And without that kind of healing sustain, the rest of the push just collapsed after she got picked.
Let's see if they can keep it together here. This isn't a common issue, something I'd expect to see out of a team that has not had a lot of opportunity to practice with each other. While Mercy play does require a great deal of map awareness, having teammates whose playstyle you're familiar with is key. So they're coming over here on the top, trying to push Kablam off that high ground of the very top. And this is a bit of a messy engagement. Tracer takes out Tracer, Nick there winning with the pulse bomb. Bit of a messy engagement, bit of a ragged fight as they slowly drive Sky City back through, trying to get some stagger kills as Sky City retreats to that monument structure.
And they do get the Mercy late. They didn't use the barrage, which they could have used in a losing effort, so I like the ult efficiency there. They are going to be able to pair that with a sound barrier for a defensive ult. On the other side, Claw of Death has EMP just sitting there waiting.
The exact right answer to that problem. I don't know. There goes the beat drop. So the answer now is to drop the EMP. There it goes. It just fried everybody, ladies and gentlemen. No more sound barrier for anybody. Sky City now in retreat as Boy pops off attack visor, taking advantage of the disabled Diva just to mop everybody up. That is going to be a completely blue kill feed. The exact counter we were looking for.
I love the way that Kablam was able to capitalize on that EMP. Nick and Boy on Tracer and Soldier, they were in the exact right place to just swarm all over Sky City the instant EMP went off.
Now we see Red here has the barrage, but went way far out there. That boop was highly efficient in launching over the top, but that's just going to cost him a very narrowly avoided death as Nick drops the attack visor. Horoscope escapes because of the bubble, but then ends up getting picked off by Nick's pulse guns. Another attempted push where they're getting driven back to the monument, trying to survive, trying not to get staggered out, and with a minute left on the clock, how are they going to solve the problems they're being presented with? Look at those ultimates, nearly 4 on the board again with that awful EMP ready to strike.
They've got the tools. They just have to be able to coordinate them. Horoscope's been holding on to Rez for what seems like forever, waiting for a good opportunity to use it, waiting for any opportunity to use it because she keeps getting picked off first.
Oh, and gets caught in the EMP as they're going over the top, just barely in that sphere of influence. Horoscope gets dropped before being able to drop the ult. That is cataclysmically bad, ladies and gentlemen. That is not good for Sky City, as they had all the tools. But here's the good news: they didn't use any ults. They have 1 push left. They're looking at possibly 5 ults. Oh, but that is going to cost them 20 seconds on the clock and a staggered kill on Lucio.
And Claw's already 60% EMP on Sombra.
And that is why Sombra is so damn good on 2.
And Holy also gets staggered real late. That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, they have 7 seconds. They need to go now. Angry Monkey just to get on the point. Droland pushing over the top. Let's see that barrage. Nope, not going to happen. Rad swapped off to the Genji and gets picked off, dropped back by Horoscope. There's the sound barrier from Joey. The self-destruct goes off. Just to refresh, that is a double kill. Both supports down on the side of Sky City. And now it's in mop-up mode once again, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely savage.
That was, yeah, this is going to end quickly. That's going to be a full hold for Kablam. Sky City was just never able to protect their supports from that dive. They couldn't peel quickly enough, whether it was because of EMP, whether it was because of Tracer just getting right behind her and shooting her in the head until she died. Mercy, especially on Horoscope, was just getting farmed. It was kind of gory.
And that is one of those comps that really specializes in taking the wind out of the enemy's sails. Obviously, in any map, you have a plan, the enemy has a plan. Whoever has the better plan or the better executed plan is going to win. But some of the best compositions simply revolve around never letting the enemy put together a plan. And between the EMP, the pulse bombs, all that in-your-face aggressive negation, Sky City just wasn't able to get on the back foot. I think they were putting together some of the tools they needed to take that map, but the aggressive counterplay, they were just not able to out-coordinate it.
Yeah, and you just saw why Sombra's picked so often on Volskaya. This is her home. This is where she does so well. And when you have a team that's willing to use her hacked med packs really often, you see what you saw here. EMP every fight. And once the EMP went out, Sky City had nothing they could do because they kept getting caught by it. They kept getting team wiped by it.
If you can keep your Mercy out of it or your Lucio out of it and hold on to that sound barrier, keep a key support ult in your pocket and just play against the EMP, that's usually the best way to survive that.
Unless you keep getting both of your supports caught in the EMP, which Claw was extremely good at positioning himself to be able to do.
Mm-hmm. All right, folks. So it is up to Kablam to take a single tick on point A of Volskaya in order to win the series.
Sky City's bringing out their own Sombra and also a Reaper just for some fun.
Excellent. Let's see how this goes down. As a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to play all 4 maps. We are not going to play, once they win 3 maps, we still play the 4th. The score does matter in terms of overall standing within the group stage. So here they go, a very swift push around the left-hand side through the buildings. Look at this different approach, not going through that main side. Droland now trying to attack along with some support and tanks. Getting into the back there, but not able to lay down the damage to out. Ooh, never mind. We have a couple of swaps there as Droland takes out a support before going down himself. And the problem with that push is that they didn't have the damage they needed to overcome the Diva and the support. So now Kablam is going to start taking kills one by one.
And it was a very clean push to the left. Everyone stayed right in a group. Everyone pushed in the same order. And aside from losing that Lucio fairly quickly, it went pretty well.
Yeah, it was, again, that was a very concisely executed plan. When Sky City was going over the top, it pretty much looked like when I go over the top, which doesn't end well. Ooh, there's the EMP. Let's see if they're able to get anything together. They have a few players on the board, and with that EMP, they have the tools they need to get some kills. They just cannot get off the point. Can they do this for 3 minutes? Don't know about that, but they do have a chance to win a team fight here.
Yeah, that was a desperation EMP, and it did work at least temporarily. They're at about 30%. And they are going to hold this first push. So well done to Sky City for being able to salvage what looked like a quick game over there.
Oftentimes when you see point A being taken, if you have the luxury of giving up a tick or losing the point, you just say, forget it, set up for second, we don't want to snowball. You're not going to see that here. There's no room. Sky City has their backs to the wall, so they're going to make every play that they possibly can. Here comes a different strategy now. Let's see what they decide to go with. They are fighting in that main courtyard, using elevation, using that middle building. It's a very messy battle all over the place. As Horoscope is up to 89%. There goes Oben with the ultimate. The counter sound barrier is out. Horoscope has a chance to erase the sound barrier. Those are the tools that they need. Here comes a nuke in over the top to keep the point clear. Ladies and gentlemen, Horoscope in red on those flanking, teleporting speedsters, doing a lot of work, saving the day once again.
Absolutely, and I really like Sky City. They're not just collapsing. They know it's going to be an uphill fight to hold this, but they're halfway there now.
And honestly, for a team put together with subs, especially in Division 1, you don't expect them to have their momentum, to have their rhythm down immediately. So, well done on their side. That said, losing Moonlight's mech early on, that is going to cost them. The engagement now taking place on the right-hand side. Oh, and with that Tranquility going off and keeping everyone nice and topped off, this is going to be a very difficult push to force back. Horoscope has another EMP. This needs to be huge. If this is going to get anything done, there's the Dragon Blade into the EMP and the self-destruct on the point. They are wiping it clean, ladies and gentlemen. There is nobody left to stop them. Volskaya is going to kablam.
That was a very good effort, I think, from Sky City on defense there. On that last push, what really made the difference is that Diva was able to hit self-destruct just before the EMP came out. She saw Sombra decloaking, immediately hit self-destruct. Because of that, there was nothing that Sky City could really do to follow up on that EMP.
And there we have the play of the match being a dunk that took out both supports. Always brutal when you lose them to an ult like that, especially kind of a roll of the dice ult like that one.
Very good effort from both teams. Again, Sky City looked a little more ragged on offense than defense. I think that's just because of the coordination issue that comes from having multiple subs. So we are going to do one more map between these two teams on a pure escort map, and Sky City will get to pick that.
Give us just a moment here, ladies and gentlemen, while we figure that out. Meanwhile, as we take this back to the desk, I do say that I have hopes for Sky City and the rest of this league. I haven't had a chance to watch their full roster play, but seeing them come together, seeing the coordination, seeing them, again, figuring out the tools required to dismantle the enemy's plan and applying them did give me hope. The series is 3-0. We are going to go to Route 66 for our last map, our pure escort map. And this is where Sky City has an opportunity to pick up a point and avoid a 4-0, because everyone loves watching 4 Overwatch. Picking up that point.
4 watch, come on, man.
Yeah, but it sounds better as 4 Overwatch.
I disagree. Anyway, though, each map does matter in the league, in the format that we've taken this season of the League 2, because while match wins are the first criterion for sorting teams in their division, map wins come next. So if you and another team are 4 or 3-2 at the end, whichever of you won more maps, that's going to determine it. And it's going to be probably how many maps you manage to pull off of the teams that are better than you.
And trust me, there's a lot of teams better than me. Shout out to Team Moosey Fate. Looks like we are just about ready here, ladies and gentlemen. Kablam giving the R. Sky City, we are now standing by for them to give us the launch. Let's talk a little bit about what we expect to see out of Route 66. We're going to have Sky City on the defense first. One thing that I've noticed in the Route 66 meta, the classic hold is on top of Big Earls, but it's starting to look more like a pincer hold, where you have some of your team up there, some of your team up on the rocks controlling the cave entrances.
Yeah, and I do like Sky City on defense more than I like them on offense, because it takes a little less coordination to defend. So I think that them starting on defense, hopefully they're going to be able to make Kablam pay for every inch they take, because I would like this to go on for a while. I like watching these two teams. They're pretty fun.
One of our team members just grabbing some much-needed nutrients.
And a Chardonnay.
And a Chardonnay. And we are off, ladies and gentlemen. Big Earls, welcome to Deadlock Gorge. Please go away, as all the signs say. And we're going to go ahead and assemble our heroes here. I want to again thank you to Sky City and Kablam for volunteering for their stream to be cast. We really enjoy doing this with you folks. We look forward to seeing you perform during the rest of the league season. Let's get ready for one more round of Division 1 Overwatch University League action.
Absolutely, and just as a reminder for people joining the stream a little late, this is Division 1. That means generally, on average, these are High Masters teams. So that's kind of the calibration you should have in your mind right now as you're watching these. Our next match right after this is going to be Div 5. Those are going to be teams on the gold-plat border.
The American League has a total of 6 divisions this season, each with around 20, 23 or so teams. You can see the complete statistics on our website and on our Discord. And coming out of the boat here, Sky City, there's still too much time to really say what the plan is, but I think it's safe to say that we can talk about their team comps. So let's dissect this.
You got Horoscope on Sombra again. It was working for them. This map is a little less friendly, but there are enough health packs on this point A that if your team cooperates and can get free enough to move around, you can get value out of Sombra. The thing that isn't as good is that on Route 66 on this hold, the place where you tend to hold on top of Big Earls, the health packs are a little less accessible for most heroes. On Volskaya, it was real easy to get to them. Here it's not going to be as easy, so it's probably going to be a slower ult charge for that Sombra.
So right out the gate, Sombra hacking the big health pack in Big Earls, and then moving in to control the big health pack in the pit there. Boy now on the Widow. Let's see if we actually get some opening play from Widow controlling that high ground on the crashed train cart. Coming around the corner now, no decisive engagements just yet, but here we go. Kablam is seizing control of the high ground. They have dropped 2 now, relentlessly attacking, falling back quickly to the cart to heal up a bit, but Nick keeping the pressure up on Genji, and it looks like they've pretty much got control over Big Earls at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. That's a D-Mech onto Moonlight as the Winstons just hop over and over each other. I don't think that they're going to be able to get a good hold now. The good news is, on this map, there's sometimes a chance for a last-ditch hold, especially with Red giving a little bit of stagger right there. Now, Horoscope coming in over the top to do the same. Just try to stagger it out a bit, hopefully teleport away afterwards. Yep, there's the
Horoscope.
teleport.
Oh! And Horoscope goes down pretty much with EMP. That's going to be fatal to their chances of holding point A on the second push here. I think they just got to pull out and regroup, and that's what they're trying to do.
Yep, that's first point taken in first push, basically. And the battle has already begun as Nick continues his reign of terror, dashing all the way into the enemy, now getting zapped down by Droll and finally dying on top of Zed's garage. But that bought them a little bit of breathing room so that they couldn't, Sky City couldn't really get their plan into motion. Horoscope,
and look at that. Look
at that. Go ahead.
Yeah, just jumping onto the Widow, but immediately the other Winston just came in and just got right up in the face. I think that might have been a pre-planned trap for Winston to try to get him away from the main scene of the action.
And Claw of Death cleaning up on that support. And right now, what we're seeing is the battle as Kablam aggressively controls the high ground. They have the garage, they have the saloon, the high side. They have the propane and the propane accessories, and they are bottling in Sky City in that high ground entrance, completely denying them access, pushing all the way in as Hypnot just rampages and takes out the Diva suit. They are giving them no quarter whatsoever. There's the Dragon Blade, ladies and gentlemen. Nick pulling it out and going crazy in the corridor. Doesn't even get any kills off of it. But is that going to be an... Oh, Claw of Death has the Tranquility after the EMP goes off. That is absolutely crucial. That is going to deny Horoscope's value and just really kill their chances of holding at point 2 either.
Yeah, they're getting pushed pretty hard. And what I noticed was that way back on that first hold, they split up too much, and they haven't really been able to group up since until they got grouped up right in the choke above point 2 there, and that didn't really do them any good.
Absolutely not. That EMP was the tool they needed to break things wide open, but if you don't catch the supports and they have ult, it's one of the few things that can save the day.
Boy just immediately gets a pick on Horoscope there. That's going to be painful, because that's going to deny them a little bit of chance to hack some more hacks there.
Red takes Boy a little bit of revenge of Widow there. This is one of Widow's best points and best maps overall. The engagement is now around those cargo containers and the casual missiles lying around. And it's a bit back and forth all over the place here, ladies and gentlemen. But Sky City getting finally a little bit, but they're not really... The problem is they're winning the team fight back by spawn. They're not controlling the payload.
And I think Red being able to take out the enemy Widow, I think that's the key breathing room that they needed to get their feet under them and just regroup.
And switch to Reinhardt. Drollin now on the Reinhardt. Hypnot taking out Red. Kablam is coming in force. Nick on the Dragon Blade, running amok through the enemy's tanks and supports, aggressively pushing them all the way back into spawn as the tanks just bully them. And now Widow has control of the spy door, of the spawn door, so if Red isn't able to get a kill, an initiation kill of some kind, this does not look good, folks. That is a clean wipe with 4 minutes and 1 second on the clock.
And that was a beautiful midair shot by Zenyatta to take out the Lucio trying to come to stall a little bit. What can you do against midair accuracy like that?
If someone's really good at clicking on your head and you don't have a guy who can stop them from killing you by clicking on your head, they're going to click on your head and you're going to die. And that is your John Madden-ism of the day.
Well, we're going to see Genji's final attack there on point C here in a replay.
Some of the key elements of that attack were swiftly covering ground after taking out Ana and just dashing right over and going for the other priority target, Reinhardt, effectively destroying any chance that Sky City had of continuing to contest the payload. It was a very quick target prioritization. You could see they knew exactly who to pull apart to make it happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure that this play really, putting it a little harshly, mattered that much in the grand scheme of things, because I think this is going to be a bully either way. But it is good to see just an example of skill like that on the attack.
He knew what he was doing, right? Maybe they needed that resource, maybe they didn't, but they knew what they were doing.
Stick to the plan.
Speaking of which, we now have Sky City on the attack and Kablam on the defense. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick is back on the Dunk Rat. Boy is now playing McCree here at home in Route 66. And a couple of other swaps here. We still have the same mobility tanks and damage denial tanks in play. The DPS has completely changed from offense to defense. The supports, again, swapped out. We saw Claw of Death doing a lot of work on Zenyatta last time. Now on the Ana. Good targets for Ana here. You want to see the Nano Monkey, not in angry mode, just in scientist mode. Nano Junkrat can be scary, but is easily canceled out by Diva.
We do have the Junkrat troll mine and bear trap immediately here, but this time they saw it. It didn't matter that they saw it, because Junkrat just gets the immediate pick off on Lucio.
And
that's harsh.
It is harsh. It's not going to slow them down that much, because by the time he respawns, the cart will barely move. They won't really have contested. But the sweet, sweet ultimate charge is just going to mean that we're going to hear a rip tire sooner rather than later.
And I've got to wonder if they're having communications issues, because Diva was pointing and shooting at that bear trap, and then Lucio skated right over the mine before Diva could take it down.
So here we see Red coming around the right-hand side of that rock formation, trying to get some picks, but honestly, with I'm No Pro there protecting with that barrier, there's not going to be a lot of action. This is the opening that Red needs in order to make some impact right now, and we're not seeing it happen just yet. The cart is at the feet of Big Earls, which is the perfect place to contest it. We have a couple of picks here, small picks. Red takes out Boy, that's a good DPS to take out, but you really need to drop those tanks in order to get them off the payload.
They did take out Junkrat before the Riptire could come out, so that does bode well for their ability to get it at least close to point A pretty soon here. And the High Noon's going to come out here, try to zone people off the point.
And nothing done, unfortunately. But, I mean, it bought him a couple more meters, and sometimes that's all that matters. Here we go with the Nano Monkey coming down on the payload, attacking right through that barrier. Who cares if you have a barrier? I have a Tesla cannon, and yeah, that's a nice little cleanup there with Moonlight just barely escaping, zooming through the tunnels, trying to avoid getting staggered. The cart will now come to a rest on the side of Big Earls, just a few meters away from the next point.
What I love about Hypnot's Winston play, one thing that I noticed in their stats, they have a lot of jump kills, they have a lot of knockbacks. He plays a very mobile attacking style, he's very accurate with his dives in, and we're seeing that really discombobulate Sky City.
Points for getting to use the word discombobulate in context. If you're not getting those jump hits, you're missing out on a huge. There's the tire, in over the top, intercontinental ballistic rip tire, goes off, no kills.
And that one, I think they were going partly for style points by going way up to the top of the cliff there.
I'll give them the style points and the team fight as they clean up, picking off the stragglers. Lucio just trying to escape, Oben running away. The monkey says no, Claw of Death says no, everyone says no.
When your Rhine is pointing their shield up and backwards and your Diva is pointing and trying to shoot a Riptire, that's both of your protections for the rest of your team, not protecting your team from everything but the Riptire.
You use the word discombobulate, and frankly, when you're able to apply pressure from multiple sides, if the other team can't drag out to negate threats, there goes a Diva, pinball right down the tunnel, no dice, Hypnot now, given that opening to come around through the back and take out Red. That is one of their 2 DPS, and honestly, Red is not getting the value. I don't think it's a matter of accuracy. I think it's just a matter of getting countered out so hard.
And a beautiful sequence where Hypnot also is able to take down both supports, Horoscope and Oben. He just jumps, he lands perfectly on one of the support's heads, and then that support dies.
That's exactly what you want to see there. One little parting kill, and they need to use that if they have any chance of getting this payload around the corner. 45 seconds left on the clock, the possibility of a 3-0 looking down their neck. I'm No Pro escapes from the hammer, one of the best counters. Oh, there's the Nano Monkey. Hypnot now electrified. The Riptire coming in, dancing around Drolan, who's trying to dodge it. Oben takes the opportunity to take out Nick, and the Riptire gets smacked down. Here comes the High Noon off of Boy into the sound barrier, and the counter sound barrier comes out. No value out of that one. Horoscope does go down. There's the Earth Shatter dropping Boy, but not a whole lot else. And sustained right through it by the combination of an Onanade and Joey.
It was a very good Diva Bomb there at the end, taking out Joey. Not sure that's going to be enough for them to be able to get back on the point in time, but good effort.
I like the symmetry of both self-destructs taking out both Lucios. That pleases me for some reason.
And that'll be 4 maps to 0, Kablam taking this match.
Play of the game coming out here. It is Nick on the Dragon Blade. I'm thinking it's right there at the end, like we mentioned. Yep, here we go. You can see him. One target, down. Immediately over to the next priority target, and they had the Discord on there. So was it Nick seeing which one to take out, or was it Nick being told by his teammate, hey, I tagged Reinhardt, go get him? Either way, good coordination, good game sense.
Yeah, and a very impressive 4-game set. I definitely look forward to seeing Sky City when they're not having half of their team be subs, because I saw enough from them that I think their issues really were just communication.
Especially if you see the strong side of Kablam coming out, aside from mechanical skill, you could see they had set plays ready. They were doing their target prioritization correctly. Their positioning was great. Again, props to their Winston. 13 jump pack kills was the card at the end of that game. Nothing to sneeze at whatsoever.
Definitely not. While you two talk, I'm going to try to get us into the next game. I don't think we're going to have a very long gap between them.
I'm a fan of no long gap. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you again to Kablam and Sky City for playing. We look forward to having you in future seasons and in the rest of this one. We will make sure that the brackets are available online. They are on Battlefy under the organization Overwatch University League. And let's start getting settled up for our next match, which is going to be a Division 5 Group B match, Reforged Thunder versus Toast.
I'm going to cut you off there. No,
Team Toast.
before we get into that, I do want to say I did say I was going to be doing some giveaways. So we do have a giveaway for some stickers. If you're in the chat, please type open opener. Just type opener, OPENER. Okay, I'm going to type that in chat just so giveaway. So it's going to be a little bit of a delay, so sorry about that, guys. But yeah,
any minute now, exciting things will happen.
Yeah, any minute now, you guys will see it, hear it sooner or later. So anyway, yeah, Kablam there. You know, I kind of expected that. You know, my money was going to be on Kablam. I think from the start, they had the higher SR, and they have been playing together for quite a bit now. Sky City, unfortunately, you know, having to throw in some subs. I knew they were going to have at least 2 subs from the start. You know, it turned out looks like it was 4 subs. So, who knows? I mean, maybe they'll pick those people up and they'll try to, you know, regroup their team together, or maybe replace some members, because they didn't play bad for just the first time being together against an already established team. So,
and definitely respect to them for choosing to go on with 4 subs just to get the game played and not kind of duck it. You know, whether or not that's a wise decision from the standings point of view, it was a brave one, and I salute them for it.
It's a good choice from a streaming perspective, I'll tell you that much. Let's take a look at some of the math that we have on our next match. Like I was saying, The stickers are going to be in play, so keep an eye out there. The keyword is opener. Go ahead and drop that in chat to be entered in to get some sweet Overwatch University League swag. But looking at our next play that we have here, it's going to be, once again, Reforged Thunder versus Team Toast. And we have some pre-analysis on this. This is Division 5. So like Mukai said, this is more of your gold plat region, familiar to certain admins whose names will not be mentioned. And once again, we're going to have the same set. We're going to have the same opening map, Lijiang Tower, and then the losing team from that gets to pick the next map, and so on and so forth. So let's take a look at these rosters here. There's a lot of support players, and this is not uncommon in the gold plat range. You see a lot of people who specialize in tanks and support. Mostly because, again, those characters can be extremely reliable. They're often needed in solo queue down there, where you have 4 people running around as DPS, all trying to solo carry their way out of gold plat. So we're going to have some interesting skill sets. When a player joins a team and they've been filling, for the most part, in solo queue, they end up adapting to a new role. Strengths that they have that were not really getting revealed or exercised in solo queue come to the front as the team shifts around, does some practice, and figures out who they're going to put into key positions.
Absolutely, and I'm really interested to see what one of the 3 support mains on Reforged Thunder ends up playing. At this level, though, you can play 3 or even 4 or 5 supports and be successful. We have a team overly supportive since Season 1 in Overwatch around this SR who intentionally plays a heavy support-based comp. They'll bring 4 supports, and they'll beat you with it, because that's what they practice with. It's intimidating to watch, honestly, because they've just got so much sustain that they'll just bowl through the worst that you can do to them.
Plus, Symmetra is really a DPS.
Yeah, but there's so on the side of Reforged Thunder, there are a few people in there that I have seen from previous seasons, as well as some of our midweek madness events. And over here, you might not know what midweek madness is. Every once in a while on some Wednesdays, we don't really have a set schedule. We did for a while during the off season, but it's a pug style event where you sign up by yourself and you get placed onto teams where we balance out players across the board by SR, so that teams are relatively equal. We do like a little snake style draft for those teams. So Reforged Thunder has quite a bit of players that have been around. We got Pokecraft, we got Jolly, Eevee, Unlucky Paladin, and Norv. I know I've seen them all playing that a few times throughout the off season and even last season as well. So it's nice to see some familiar faces here on the side of Reforged Thunder. I mean, as you can see there, they do have an average SR of like 22 or 2220 as their division SR. But now that we've talked about Thunder, let's move on the side of Team Toast. Team Toast, very similar in SR compared to the last game. As you get to the upper echelon of teams, you have higher gaps because of people signing up. It's like nearly a bell curve. So these are getting on at least part of the slant of the curve, these gold teams. So they're only about 70 apart in SR. So as you see here, we do have one of them that shows up that they play Sombra. So we did see some good Sombra plays in the previous game by Kablam and by Sky City. Do you think we're going to see that in this lower tier game? Do you think we're going to see some Sombra play?
We might. What I'm really looking for Team Toast is the Pharmacy. And they've got 2 players. They've got Mighty Ina Boy, who plays Mercy and Ana. They've got Nacho Libre, who plays a very good Thifara for this SR. The usual disclaimers about stats don't matter, but for people around this range in high gold, low plat, Nacho's in the top 5% for eliminations, for accuracy, for damage. They could climb with Thifara pretty high if they wanted to. And so I'm going to be looking for them to build around a Pharmacy unless and until Thunder is able to come up with a counter to it. And looking at the heroes that Reforged Thunder is good at, I'm not sure who's going to be countering that Pharmacy. So that's the thing that I'm going to be really looking for in this first map. Can they counter Pharmacy? Because if they can't, it's going to be a long 4 maps.
Pharmacy is kind of the gatekeeper of the bottom half, the 2500 range and under. just because it does require mechanical skills in order to deal with that combo. It's extremely effective, and like I keep saying, you need to be able to click on someone's head to make them stop moving in order to get around that. And you see better and better mechanics as you go up in SR. So for a lot of players, if you can't beat Farm Mercy, you're going to be stuck around gold, plat, silver, etc. for a while, which makes it extremely effective in these lower matches.
Yeah, I do want to note that Nacho is one of their main players, as you were talking about earlier. He unfortunately was not able to make it, so they did have to bring in DG06.
Oh.
I think, I don't know what you guys want to call that guy, just DG maybe, but he did come in for Nacho. Now the good thing though, he also plays Pharah. So that's, it's a good replacement. So I was looking at his player profile. He plays Pharah, he can play Genji, so a bit of a flex player. He was put down for us as a Zarya, so maybe he'll be playing Zarya for them. But I mean, he is a flex probably. So we'll see. Maybe he can play Pharah if they want to do Pharmacy, or maybe they'll have Mighty take that role up. Oh wait, no, I switched it up. Skelly is Zarya, and DG06 is Genji. My bad. I
got all excited to watch Nacho, man.
So yeah, DG06 could possibly play Pharah if they need it. We'll definitely be seeing them on Genji, and yeah, Skelly is their sub that is going to be playing Zarya. I mixed that up there on that board.
The question is Skelly spooky? We are going to find out.
Yeah, and Team Toast also, if the Pharmacy isn't working, one of the other comps that they have in their back pocket that they say they're really comfortable with is, again, the triple tank. Just overwhelm the choke point with beef. And I love watching that. So I'm kind of selfishly hoping that Reforged Thunder does find a counter to a Pharmacy, and we do get to see some tank-on-tank action here.
Always a fan of that.
Yeah, Jolly Eevee does play Pharah too, so we could see, some sky battles going on. I know I've seen him in some Midweek Madness playing we might even have a highlight clip of him somewhere around. But yeah, let's get going with this game. We are going to be going to Lijiang Tower, as we stated earlier. That is the first map of this week, and if you didn't know, we do change out the first map every week. So if you don't know, you can go to our information channel in our Discord and see what map will be the first map next week, if anyone else is wondering, and as well as any other week. So I'm going to take it off to you guys as we go here on Lijiang Tower.
If you don't know, now you know. So, ladies and gentlemen, opening up here, our heroes are assembling with 30 seconds to attack. We are on the garden phase of Lijiang Tower. And if
we
ever
do
there was
see a
map-
Pharmacy. We do see the Pharmacy coming out from Toast.
This is the perfect map for it. And in terms of tanks, I do get to see a little bit of that Zarya Reinhardt being shown on the side of Cloud of Sky playing in the red. That would be Team Toast playing in the red, and Team Reforged Thunder in the blue. And they are off. We're going to watch this first engagement. Deciding where to meet your foe on this first attack is absolutely critical. Pharmacy from the side of Reforged Thunder going around the right from the front. Meanwhile, the majority of Toast going in through the back, except their Pharmacy, who kind of got caught out of control there. Cloud of Sky dipped down into the enemy team and was punished pretty severely for it, going down almost immediately.
Yeah.
Both Mercies now down as the engagement goes out from the open skies into the pagoda in the center. Oh, off goes Diva, charged off, nice bubble to cover King Kaz afterwards, but behind them, teammates are dying left and right.
Yeah,
Poker
Toast
Craft
split
getting
up.
it done.
Their Pharmacy went around the front while the other four went around the back. The four that went around the back did pretty well, but Pharmacy both got picked off fairly early. And
They
so
dipped too low.
splitting the team didn't quite work out for them.
That's going to be a first point take for Reforged Thunder, which gives a massive advantage in control maps.
Absolutely, and it's even worse now that it's a best of 3 instead of a best of 5. If you lose that first map, you're looking at a mountain to climb.
Yep. And speaking of mountains to climb, Reforged Thunder trying to control the opening of that wall there, is going to deny them access. No dice on that as they move around the side. Charge in, taking out Norv. Nice splatter there on King Kaz. But the monkey is now loosed in their backline. If they don't focus him down, and he is angry, ladies and gentlemen, off he goes. Pokécraft's taken out. That's going to help him. He did a lot of damage in the last push. King Kaz now engaging onto the point as they escape from the skies. battling the Angry Monkey. Here's a high noon from Mighty Boy. Drops one. Oh, drops two. The mech as well. That is going to be a big play coming out from Toast, helping them mop up the point. Norv just trying to get as much percentage as possible, buys them up to 47 before the point flips for the Toast.
I love what Mightyena did there on McCree. He waited until he saw D.Va had used most of her defense matrix. He turned on Deadeye, and there was a second left of defense matrix that was not enough to stop him.
Excellent play. Deadeye is so easily countered out by that. And no air-to-air combat, a ground attack is going to drop off Jolly Eevee, as Reforged Thunder this time opts to go in through the back of the point. And they're a bit caught at ends here with one of their key members down, and both split up into two fire teams trying to unite as they make their way in. DG06 providing pressure, and now the engagement is on here, folks, on the back bridge. There's an Earth Shatter countered out by the Winston bubble. Good bubble there. Pokecraft takes an unfortunate charge, just getting completely squished, brought back to life by TD Vortex, and there's the barrage onto the point, countered up by the defense matrix and the sound barrier. Lot going on here as Reforged Thunder does their best to sustain through the battle. Pokecraft now unleashed thanks to that res, slicing his way through, gets one for his trouble. Not the decisive win that they wanted. This time, Mighty Boy is not going to get any kills off of that. DG06 though, cleaning up, and they're, if nothing else, they are sustaining extremely well here in order to preserve more. Oh, both tanks go for a swim with the koi.
Join me, brother! That initial fight really turned on the Thara play, and DG06 actually was able to nail Jolly Eevee with a few direct hit rockets, but then when she fell down instead of getting killed, it made it hard for her to be resurrected. And props to the rest of Toast for being able to hold out until DG06 was able to come back. That could have gone the other way to Reforged Thunder very easily.
Now here's what to look out for. Toast has two key ultimates, and there goes one of them. 3 down, followed by the grab. That is intense, but when you drop the enemy Mercy, you can afford a little bit of that luxury, especially with 99% on the clock. Normally that'd be an over ult, but the problem is now, if they get staggered out, if they're able to sustain onto the point, doesn't look like they're going to be able to make it. The candle's burning down, and that gamble pulled off. The over ult worked in their favor.
We're going to see a Reinhardt replay there from the end there. So we're going to see what Reinhardt was doing on the point that went so well for Team Toast.
An absolutely crucial Earth Shatter right before that Grav went off. Caught Genji, caught Mercy, caught D.Va. And Lucio as well. So that is just devastating to their support. And honestly, D.Va's almost a support just in terms of that Matrix. In terms of damage mitigation, the Matrix is a key player. So while the Grav went into it afterwards just to make sure absolutely everyone was dead, the Earth Shatter is what broke that fight open.
Absolutely, and we're going on to Night Market next, and this time Thunder is not going to try to bring the pharmacy. They are going to bring out a soldier and an Ana and a Junkrat, though.
Now, we've talked about this point a little bit. Junkrat does very well in the closed tower, and Reforged Thunder going around the back to immediately go on the point before it even opens up, and sort of launching a pincer attack here from the outside and from the core. That is going to be a boop. Pokecraft is gone, ladies and gentlemen. Advantage goes to Toast. The battle is now taking place on the point, and when you have Reinhardt in your back line swinging that hammer, you are in a bad place. Another thing to watch out for are the boops. There goes King Kaz dropping. This is a very violent battle, and there is enough support and enough tanks on the side of, well, I said that until Robert got desuited. This could really be anyone's fight, or I said so until DG06 started doing some serious work.
And Norv on Lucio for Thunder is going to be kicking himself a little. Almost got the boop off on King Kaz on Ryan. Ryan got caught on the doorway there.
This really could have gone either way here, folks, and it still could. The trades have been absolutely insane, but now that King Kaz is in the corner and naded down, we are going to see, I think, a Reforged Thunder first take. Clouded Sky is doing extremely well, but doesn't have the energy to pull off a res immediately. And Toast is going to need to back up as Reforged Thunder pushes aggressively through that front courtyard, driving them off.
But look at what Toast did. They pulled out 2 people without getting picked, and they saved all of their ults. Excellent disengage.
Now, he needs to turn around and nail Fox right now while he's so exposed, because he is just mercilessly chasing after DG06, who is insanely lit. And there goes the Angry Monkey. They wanted DG06 dead, and they got it. with a couple of big old monkey fists to the face. But that gave Jolly Evie the opening to open up with attack visor, immediately going down. This is yet another really brutal, scrappy fight all over the place. There is the Graviton, ladies and gentlemen. Gets 2. There are 2 left on the point. Excellent players for staggering out. Lucio able to jump around and just avoid, but that hammer doesn't need to click on your face, ladies and gentlemen. It just needs to be in your general vicinity. The monkey now in play, and King Kaz tries to dive him and goes screaming off into the courtyard. The point flips at 42%.
I like the plan from Reforged Thunder. I like going after Pharah hard and fast. It just didn't quite come together for them. But Team Toast's, their ult discipline is really something to watch for a team at this SR. They seem to know when they go into fights exactly what they want to use when and what they don't want to use.
Which is critical. And now look at what they have. They have several key ults. If they don't lose anyone here, even if they do, as long as they keep Mercy alive, watch for a big Earth Shatter coming out shortly. There it goes. Gets one into the high noon, mostly countered out by the defense matrix, but gets one for his trouble. That's going to tilt the battle in the favor, decisively in the favor of Toast. EGO6 largely uncontested, able to drive off the enemy. Now it's just a question of getting some stagger kills. If they can pick off TD Vortex, that'd be a big win. The reinforcements are starting to come out. Robert, excellent coverage on the defense matrix, keeping them safe. Team Toast now applying pressure. They've got the advantage in percentage. They're pushing all the way up to the restaurant to close off the attack. And it's Jolly Evie coming around the side, trying to put on some pressure from a different angle, forcing Toast to take a little bit of a back foot and focus on protecting the point.
And they saved a ton of ults there as well. But so did Reforged Thunder. This next team fight, we're probably going to see a whole lot of ults hitting the board. And I think Reforged Thunder, they have to win this one.
And they have to kill Mercy. What we want to see here is a tire from Pokecraft that seeks and destroys Mercy, because that Mercy ult is going to completely change the battle. They may have 2 support ults, but they don't have a reset button in their pocket. Here they come out through the side of the restaurant. There's a Rocket Barrage, takes out one, and that may be the one they needed. That's going to take the tire out of play entirely. Now we have a Nano Fox on the field, dealing lots of damage through that barrier. Kills starting to rack up on the side of Toast, but there's the res coming out, giving battlefield advantage back to Toast. They've managed to focus down Clouded Sky, and that's the support all out as Rogan. Another Deadeye that gets a kill, and the Dunk Rat accomplishes nothing. Here comes the Earth Shatter. Again, manages to get Robert down. Didn't really do a whole lot, but by this point, they've bought themselves the space that they need to not need that as much. Their enemies are trickling onto the point one at a time as Reforged Thunder tries to stagger out. DGO6 killing 1, 2, 3, and that is a decisive win on the side of Toast.
Yeah, and I think that was well spotted. The priority had to be taking out the Mercy, and Thunder just wasn't able to get to her. She immediately went back onto the point as soon as the engagement began. They never really had a clean shot at her, and they didn't really have the flanking ability. They had no real flankers. Who was going to go chase down that Mercy? They didn't have anyone.
Yep, there's that charge that we saw. 4 people died in that whole mess. It was gross. It was ugly to watch. Props to King Kaz. Great ult discipline on their part. And again, a fair fight on both sides, but Toast takes Lijiang Tower.
And so now we'll see which a hybrid map Reforged Thunder wants to play on.
Let's talk about the different approaches from both sides. I know that we've been talking about Toast and their ult discipline, their control. They've got some of the things you miss out in the dive meta. Neither Winston nor Diva has a guaranteed team wipe ult. Reinhardt, Earthshatter, and Zarya's Graviton can completely destroy an enemy team. And while the Monkey can be very powerful in terms of Primal Rage for disruption, etc., and for just mobility, it doesn't wipe out 3 people unless you're very lucky. Same with Self-Destruct. It's almost more used for zoning and for refreshing your mech than it is for getting team wipes. So when you
Unless
have both,
you're really lucky.
Unless you're really lucky. So to have both the Shatter and the Graviton in their pocket and to use them pretty well, that is a definite stylistic choice of the classic Death Ball over the Dive Comp, which focuses less on those big impact ults and more on quick bursts of pressure with the occasional Dragon Blade and Pulse Bomb thrown in there to disrupt the enemy.
And Reforged Thunder has requested a minute to have a little team talk, but they have picked King's Row as their next map, so we're going to see King's Row again.
Nice. And before we get started then, I am going to do this giveaway. So remember, I did ask people to type opener I gave people actually quite a bit longer than I usually give them to type it, so maybe just people came late or didn't realize, so I typed it again. So I will be doing the roll now for the winner. Let's see who it is. Guppy. So he is the captain actually of Kablam. So congratulations for that win, and congratulations for the stickers that you'll be getting some OW University stickers.
We all know which of the two of those is more valuable.
Yeah, he only entered
A
once.
win is
So
nice, but stickers
someone's
are
like, "Oh, he
forever."
entered 50 times." It only shows once. So,
Yes.
so congratulations there. Do you know if team's ready? Because if not, I do have something to show people in between.
They are readying up. I think we'll be able to have this match going on, but in the middle at halftime, I think we'll have a bit of a larger gap.
Okay. Sounds good. So,
So
nope. Go ahead.
Toast has requested defense first. Now, I'm feeling more Junkrat. Junkrat came out from the side of Reforged Thunder. So what can we expect from Team Toast in terms of defense? Do you think they have any pocket picks that they haven't broken out yet, now that it's this asymmetrical gameplay of offense-defense instead of everyone taking the center point? What sort of changes do you think we'll see in their strategy?
Well, one of the things they do have is a triple DPS combo with Sombra. They might be trying to pull that out here, or they might be trying to hold off until the 2 CP map for it. But I think we're going to see a surprise like that. Maybe it's a Symmetra or May.
I would like to see that.
Who
There's
knows?
something to be
Maybe
said.
we see a Torbrissa. I mean, we do see more. It's more often that we see non-meta comps at these lower tiers, especially this is the bottom half, Division 5. So, you saw earlier the average SR for these teams are roughly 2,200. So you can look at the numbers of comp and you'll see how that's pretty much like the same 6 heroes at the top in GM Masters or Pro level, but going down. You have such a wide variety of players.
The
Or
meta
heroes.
takes a backseat to what you're good at.
Yeah.
Meta is based on 100% optimal play, and if you have a day job and can play for 8 hours to achieve 100% optimal play, then you look at other strategies. You look at other possibilities because you are probably competing against people who also have day jobs. So,
Toast
folks,
is bringing out the Junkrat.
I want to believe. Who do we have on the Junkrat? It is DG06. We saw delivering projectile death in the role of Pharah with a completely different firing arc. It'll be interesting to see what sort of strategy comes out.
They do have the Zarya Rhine, so they're probably going to be going all in on these ults to defend with.
And again, if we saw Mighty Inaboy getting some good kills, just 1 or 2, but that's really all you need off of a Deadeye. You don't need to use all 6 bullets. You just need to stop them in their tracks. And the discipline to counter out the D.Va has been really good on that front. However, I'm thinking we might see something different come out of Reforged Thunder as well. Defense is in 5 seconds, and Fox is showing the Reinhardt. So we have a chance of some classic rectangle against rectangle matchups. They are out the door. Reforged Thunder taking the cinema route, running through, and a nice little shot there by King Kaz to get some ult charge. As they drop down into the alley, King Kaz goes right in with a Zarya bubble and is now caught out. That was an opportunity for Reforged Thunder to dive on him, but they opt to stick together and execute their plan. Meanwhile, from the spawn room, Jolly Eevee trying to keep some pressure on with the Widow. They're now here at the top. Can they execute this jump? They need a well-timed speed boost in order to make it happen. Or they're just going to go right onto the point. That shield is going to break soon. They're opting to go right down through the middle, and the engagement is on, ladies and gentlemen. King Kaz taking out Norv pretty early on. They're facing off not a lot of volume out of Jolly Eevee, though that ult is charging up pretty quickly. And again, a little bit of that bend, don't break gameplay as Toast withdraws around the hotel to avoid giving up too much ground. And McCree going into the backline, taking out both snipers, the one who kills people, the one who heals people, before retreating. That was leaving your supports and your squishies open like that in a situation, that's going to take the wind out of your sails.
Yeah, and Eevee was getting a lot of body shots, not a lot of headshots. Getting a lot of damage, not a lot of the kills. That's why they've swapped to McCree now, even though they had ult up.
Yeah, Wall hacks is nice, but it's not one of those game-changing, team-wiping ults. So it's a safe one to swap, especially when you are this early in the match. They're executing the same plan, this time with 2 hit scan DPS on high, trying to deal some damage, win that shield fight, which is going to be critical. And important to note is that Rover on the D.Va can take significant pressure off of Fox's shield to give them a slight edge. But one thing they don't have, ooh, King Kaz goes down with Earth Shatter. That is key. The Ana nade keeping him from being sustained. And now Pokecraft breaking out here with the Nano Visor. Oh, the dunk! In over the top. That is a 3-pointer, ladies and gentlemen. Just when it looked like Reforged Thunder was going to have a chance to pop him open, Toast comes in and says, no thank you. Riptire right over the top.
Beautifully placed Riptire. That's exactly what you want to do as Junkrat in that situation. And they were able to stagger D.Va a lot after that. Extremely well executed by Toast.
Now they still have the Earth Shatter. They almost have the grab. And yeah, this is looking real good for Toast. They are in a strong position here. 90 seconds left on the clock. Fox is going to have Shatter soon. So some Rhine games coming up here. Let's see who drops it first. Mighty Anna Boy is down. Oh! DG goes down to a concussion mine over the top. That is not going to be an Earth Shatter for them. And there's the res, bringing King K's back just in time to save them from the Deadeye.
What Thunder did there was pretty interesting. They had Fox going down main, and they sent the rest of the team through the hotel. But rather than commit to that side attack, as soon as something started to go wrong, they pulled back from the hotel and tried to go back down main. And the wires got a little crossed there. Not everyone went the same way, and as a result, Toast was able to pick them off one by one.
As captain of a team that is playing in Division 5, I like to remind my players, a dumb plan we execute together is better than a good plan that we don't all execute at the same time.
Took the words out of my mouth. I think I've said that before.
So once again, both Rhines have Earth Shatter. Pokecraft now getting up on the high ground, put some pressure on, force Reinhardt, King Kaz to negotiate in a couple different directions. There goes the self-destruct. That was a perfect opportunity for an Earth Shatter. Catches 2, Nano Rhine, King Kaz dives into the back. They're not able to follow up, but they have the grab in their pocket. The King Kaz getting the double, and the nuke was mostly countered out. A counter Shatter gets 2 on the ground, but there's no follow-up. The sound barrier keeps everyone topped off. That is going to be a full hold for Team Toast.
And that final exchange of ults, very well timed. Toast was always the second team to use an ult, and the ult that they used countered whatever Thunder was able to come up with. Just every time, oh, you're going to do this? I'm going to counter it. And 3 or 4 ults in a row, Toast was just able to answer.
And speaking of which, now it's going to be up to Toast to turn the tables, go on attack. They only have to take 1 slice of that point A pie. I don't really see much of a reason for them to change things around, but it is time for Reforged Thunder to come up with a new strategy.
And they're going to come up with Junkrat as well, it looks like. So, the one thing that's interesting, and I'm not sure if this is real, Mighty Ana Boy for Toast is showing Sombra right now. And
I'm out of here.
And that is one of the heroes that Mighty Ana plays, but I'm not sure if that's going to come out, because on attack, it's a little rarer to see Sombra. At this SR, though, it can be very effective, because you've got the big health pack, the Mega, right up into the theater to your right. You've got multiple health packs sitting around the point, especially the one in the hotel. You can build EMP real quick. Thunder on defense, they've got the 2 tanks, they've got the Rhine and the D.Va. They're going to be relying on Junkrat for half of their DPS, though.
One of the key things that they need to do here, if tanks are good at claiming space, battlefield space in an engagement, Sombra's good at claiming territory. She can turn sections of the map into a no man's land for the other team by denying those health packs. So the strategy you want to see out of a Sombra here is taking over key points. Denying the enemy is just as important as giving your own team more health.
See, I'm going to be watching where Mighty Ana Boy runs first. Is it left or right or back?
Exactly.
King Kaz got caught a little there.
Here they come right out the door, putting pressure onto Jolly Eevee. That is not a good matchup, Junkrat versus Pharah. Again, I disagree with everyone who says that that's a counter. Now, Pokecraft controlling the high ground, getting pushed off by those dive tanks. And here comes the push, ladies and gentlemen. This is, again, something new we're seeing. We haven't seen Toast play this dive comp. They've been sticking with the Reinhardt for the most part. And they're taking territory pretty efficiently. The dangerous part here, when you have absolutely no room to breathe with only one slice of the pie, you can only bend so much. Here comes Rox back into the action. A couple of trades here on both sides. Clouded Sky does go down. Ooh, DG06 with a cool triple there. I was going to say that it was time for them to turn around, but I think they've lost it. I think this is the first put.
Absolutely. And DG06 didn't even need the ult to get a triple kill there.
I think the highlight for me was King Kaz dropping a mech on their counterpart's head, Robert's head.
Yeah, you love doing that as a diva, though. And yeah, that's going to be the second map to Toast. So next up, we are going to be going to 2CP.
Yes. We will have a short break in
Beautiful,
between.
beautiful tire.
Oh yeah, let's watch this again. Let's appreciate this. Boop.
No time to react.
And the funny thing is, the tire didn't even make it to the kill feed, but the follow-up fire strike tearing right through the team did. Especially because the tire cracked open the mech. No mech means no soaking the fire blast. Everyone dies.
Brings a tear to my eye.
We are going to watch the Pharah replay as well. That triple kill gotten at the very end, and this was really the dagger that really finished it off. The push was going well. The triple kill here, it just made sure of things.
There was room. There was room for Reforged Thunder to get their feet back. It was not a sure thing. Now, advantage was in the favor of Toast, but as soon as that the kill feed lit up the mech and the other two kills, that pretty much sealed it. It turned it from a 1.5-2 push take to a 1 push take.
Yep. So as we said earlier, we are going to be doing a short break. What we're going to do first, is we are going to be playing one of our highlight clips, our like hype video for the season. I don't know if anyone's seen it yet. It is posted in our updates, and it's on our YouTube channel that you can see when this scrolls through at the bottom. You'll see the YouTube link if you want to go there as well and see some other previous videos. We are going to be showing that highlight clip, and then when we get back, we will be doing another giveaway, and then we will, as we stated earlier, we will be seeing Team Toast and Reforged Thunder playing on 2CP map, and we'll give you that pick if we don't have already done it yet. So let's take this break, and hope you guys enjoy this highlight video.
That's the Graviton Surge coming down, instantly comboed in with Demu's
Oh,
lovely
man.
ult. That's 4 kills instantly traded on.
Oh, immediately into a huge
Wow.
four-player barrage off of Tamiko. That was a hell of a play, back-to-back.
The Widow now, he's doing it all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Oh my God!
That's
How can
going to
I
be the
fucking
point they
single
take.
him down? That is a 3rd kill on Widow. That's gonna wrap that up.
Also have the ult from Mythbustman, and here a very big ult from Zerglin with the combo with Pokecraft as he throws the Tracer Bomb in, and that wipes everybody.
We've got another 2-2-2 based on Pharmacy coming out from Cloud Riders. And
Well, it's a
immediate success pick.
2-2-1 after that pick.
this overtime. If they leave for just half a second, this is going to be game over for them. That's going to be a self-destruct coming down. However, 3 kills to finish the match. My goodness. We're still trading quite even, but Dashi is going to get 2. He gets 3. 2 headshots in a row, and that could signal that this point is taken.
The boops are real!
Hello everyone, and we're back now. Sorry for that little break. We just had to, take a little break, do our little things. We were streaming here for a bit, and we're all remote, so it's not like a full live production where we have the nice chances for breaks between desk and casters. So this is our desk and casters. So
I tried to get someone to go get coffee for me during the break, and they weren't having it.
Yeah, unfortunately not. But we do have a map pick coming out from Reforged Thunder for their assault pick. They did pick Volskaya Industries, or better quoted as Drawskaya. But before we get into that, I said we were going to do a giveaway. So I will be doing a giveaway, and hopefully everyone liked that little highlight clip we showed there. Props to one of our head admins, Matt, Matt's GD, right? Or Matt SGD.
That's his
I'm
name,
not
y'all.
sure. Is it Matt's GD or is it Matt SGD?
I just call him the Grand High Poobah.
Okay. Poobah! Anyway, got some more stickers to give away. So I'm going to be typing it.
Get y'all stickers.
Yeah, so the keyword this time will be highlight after that highlight reel that Matt's made for us. So praise Matt. and praise highlights. And hopefully people are clipping these on Twitch so that we can get more highlights. One of the future things I'd like is, depending on how this league goes, is eventually, maybe have like do like top 10 highlights, or maybe do like a weekly highlight, depending, if there's people, play of the week or something like that. Depending, if we got people who are, interested in video editing and stuff, that's something, they want to do in the future, really good at it, or want to contribute. A lot of us here have special skills that we contribute to the league itself. So besides that, like I said, the giveaways, so type highlight in chat to enter the giveaway.
And both teams are ready with their map pick. And now that we're ready, we're going to be starting this soon.
Yep.
And with Team Toast on the defense, there's basically no doubt we're going to see Sombra come out.
Yeah, we are definitely going to see Sombra.
If we brought it out for the last map, and this is like you said, now I gotta correct you on your lore. This is not Sombra's home. This is actually Zarya's home. Sombra has been here on a past job for Talon, obviously, as we saw in the in her intro video. But technically, this is Zarya's home, so I'm just gonna adjust my glasses here.
I mean, Mexico's the same thing as Russia. Don't know what y'all are complaining about.
He's gone full Southern, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, but I can turn it off whenever I like, so it's okay.
Nothing wrong with either of those. So, with Toast playing the defense, rostering their heroes as we speak, we're not going to speak too soon because people do like to play with the caster's hearts. But they are out the door now. I do think we are going to see that Death Ball core with Zarya and Reinhardt. DG06 playing the Junkrat, and that double jump is never going to get old. Mighty and a Boy on McCree. So you have the two core elements. You have bulk damage and you have kill confirmation.
Yeah, and I'm surprised to not see Sombra. Maybe it'll come out on point B if we get there, but given that one of them plays Sombra a lot and this is Sombra's best map, I'm a little confused as to why we're not seeing it. Maybe they've just practiced a Sombraless comp enough that they feel they don't need her.
It's odd because you mentioned maybe they'll pull it out for point B. While Sombra is viable for point B, I feel that she's stronger on point A. Wearing the red jerseys, on the other hand, Reforged Thunder coming out the gate with a classic, all the elements of the classic dive comp.
Yeah, and they're just going to be definitely targeting especially Clouded Sky on Mercy here. That's going to be their #1 target pretty much from the word go.
So the engage is
Fox actually got caught by the bear trap there, stalling their push a little bit.
The engage out on the left-hand side. It looks like their dive got split up a bit. You have to have a cohesive dive if you're going to make that work. And that is a blue kill feed, ladies and gentlemen. King Kaz trapped Norv over in the corner, and then Jolly Evie went down real fast after that. That is a very swiftly ended push. Honestly, better that it ended quickly. The main problem is the ult charge disadvantage now playing in favor of Team Toast.
Yeah, and the problem was that Lucio just couldn't turn around quickly enough. Once the bear trap on Winston aborted the push, Lucio just got stuck on his own. That unhinged the entire attack.
Yeah, it just takes a little bit of a momentum bump to disable your plan entirely. So now we're playing Poke at the Choke as Reforged Thunder tries to make something happen on the right-hand side, and they managed to dash in Jolly Evie to pull some aggro, and now the dive is able to go in. They forced some of Team Toast to turn around, and that gave them enough to at least move into the zone, but they need to confirm kills. And Jolly Evie, that's half of their DPS down.
And there goes the other half.
Yeah, there goes the other half. So it was a bit of a scattered duel around the side, and I don't like that tranquility much. I wonder if Vortex is thinking of swapping off.
It may be. I think Vortex was just trying to save the Zarya and Winston to be able to stagger a little bit longer, but in the end it just got all three of them killed.
Yeah, that's really a situation where you want to die. The sooner you die there, the better. So we'll see what comes from that. It doesn't look like they're swapping off of the Zenyatta, so it is back to Poke of the Choke. One change comes out. Jolly Evie now swapping off the Tracer onto the more consistent DPS Soldier. Opting now to go around the left-hand side, about to go under the arch. little bit of poke. The Winston bubble comes up. That's a good way to initiate the push, but they still don't have enough. They need the momentum to either dash past. But with McCree guarding the left and King Kaz on the right, between the flashbang and the hammer, that's a lot of momentum disruption. Now,
and I'm really looking for DG06's Riptire right here. As soon as he pulls it out, they got to scatter.
because you see they lost Cloud at Sky.
There it goes.
And the barrier, and there goes the Dragon Blade as well. So I don't know if that's going to be quite enough to tilt things in favor of Team Toast. They'll get a good stagger here, but I do want to say Reforged Thunder has taken this out. They were fortunate that Pokécraft was a little bit farther away in order to mount up those kills on the Dragon Blade. So it was a costly push, but they made it happen.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing on a 2CP map like this. Just get point A however you can. It's nice if you can save some ults for your first push onto point B, but you got to get point A.
The issue there, of course, is that the first push is often the best one with a chance of success if you can get that snowball. But remember we talked about the core strengths of the Death Ball comp being those two major ultimates, those two crowd control ultimates. And Robert, by the way, playing the Zarya, something we've seen less of. Here comes the engage. Pokécraft already down. That's probably going to take the wind out of this push. Yep, there goes Fox. That is the vanguard of Reforged Thunder. They need to get out of there before they feed any more ult charge.
Yeah, and the problem there, Fox was jumping up to try to get at the jump rat, missed the jump, and so fell down and was able to get mobbed. If he had landed on that platform, probably could have taken out the Junkrat or at least pushed him off the high ground. As it is, got no value for that dive in.
If there's anywhere you don't want to be fighting Junkrat, it's underneath him in a closed alley. Absolutely killer. So the choice now is which direction to attack, and it looks like they're going right up the middle. They know they need to take out Junkrat, but DG06 is able to make a quick getaway with that double jump. A little bit of supportal combat. Oh, there we go. Into the Tranquility. I like that one a lot better, Vortex, but it's not going to save you from the burst damage of Mighty Inna Boy's Deadeye.
And King Kaz still has Earth Shatter.
Yep, they saved it, and they've got the res, and they've got the tire. This is a stacked deck they're playing into. So let's look at the other side. In order for this next push to work, Clouded Sky must die. They have a Grav. Robert has Grav ready. That is a key ultimate that they can use, and, noteworthy, the other side, Team Toast does not have a Diva to eat up a Nano, or a Visor, rather.
A Jolly Eevee on Soldier is going around the back along with Pokécraft on Genji, so they're flanking with both of their DPS right now.
But they did just lose. The tire picked off one. So let's see how this push goes. They're going in. They're trying to deny that presence. I don't know if they know Eevee's up there. Eevee needs to get rid of... And you know what? This might be over. If they find him, it's definitely over.
There's find him.
Yep, he engaged onto him right there. And they make the escape, but now they know he's there. So the value of that surprise visor is pretty much gone. They can still pull it off if they go to good angle into Clouded Sky, but they're going to need to wait for the next push.
Well, now he's acting as kind of a distraction, but nobody's biting. They're all staying on the point. Nobody's really indulging him.
Even as you can see, he's going after that key target, and now he's in a DPS duel against his counterpart, Mighty Inna Boy. Can they use that opening to push in? Now's the time. Here they go. Two members of Toast dedicated to taking out Eevee. That's enough for them to get their opening to push in. Is it going to be enough for them to get the kill? That is 2 down. Those core tanks are dead for Toast. That is 3.
And Mercy's
Here's
hiding.
The time for the res. This is where we want that res. Here we go with the triple res, ladies and gentlemen. Into the the Earth Shatter and the hostile grab.
It's an emphatic win, but I would like to see Thunder saving some more ults here, because I think they can do it. I don't think the monkey ult was the right move there. I think they were going to get a better push if they didn't use it.
I mean, they got the boop, but you don't want to get that boop when you're the last person on the point and you have to run away, right?
Yeah.
You want that earlier in the battle when you can stop an Earth Shatter or something along those lines. Kaz got back up to 44% on that ult. Robert lost. I mean, they don't really have anything in the bank aside from 2 support ultimates. Now, they are pushing into a slightly more depleted Team Toast. They have 90 seconds to do it. What is the play you want to see come out here, Mukai?
I want to see a very quick dry push, try to build at least one more ult, whichever the DPS can get it, and then go all in for the very last push.
Let's see if they can make it happen. They are now opting for a different strategy. They're not going down the middle. They're going around the left-hand side. It's not going to be a surprise attack. They basically just have to hope that this is better ground. Here comes King Kaz right down the middle. Gets a nice splatter, but nothing done. Drops the Shatter over there, but it's mostly canceled out by Vortex's good Tranquility. That's 2 good Tranquilities for 1 bad one. I'm inclined to forgive him now.
Yeah, that's... And they use that ult, so they're only going to have Sonic. I don't like that push. I think they had to save a little more and they had to build a little more ult. They're only going to get one more chance. And look, they're going to be pushing into Skelly's Graviton Surge again, this time with Riptire.
That was a...
We're going to see a Junkrat replay there, how he managed to basically disassemble that push with a quick double kill.
This is another place where I kind of see Junkrat and Tracer, not just their ults, but they fulfill a similar purpose. You think you've got it in the bag, you think you have a plan, then suddenly 2 of your members are down. A third of your team dies, turning it from maybe a 4-on-6 to a 4-4, and that can be absolutely killer. What
Final push, and Stella can end this.
The grab into the excellently timed sound barrier, will it be enough? That might give King Kaz a lot of charge, though. Watch out for that. Here comes the tire. Going around picking a target. Takes out 2. Pokécraft and North are down. Zorgan just keeping everyone nice and topped off of that sound barrier. We don't see a single tick on the board. That push is over. Was that really necessary?
Yes, it is always necessary to do that to Tracers.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the score is currently 1 point for Reforged Thunder, pushing into Team Toast, who was able to hold off completely on point B of Volskaya. The tables are now turned with Toast on the attack.
Yeah, and we'll see what Toast is going to do on the attack here. Mighty Ina Boy is immediately showing Sombra. Let's see if that's real or not. Bringing her on attack is interesting, and it can definitely work. I'm looking forward to seeing if they keep her and what they end up doing with her.
I like her better on attack on this map than on King's Row. On King's Row, it's doable, and I mean, they won, so, you know, at the end of the day, what really matters. But here, there are some very key... if you're on attack and you push in and you don't claim the point, but you do hack the Mega in the hangar bay or the Mega in that little outbuilding, you've got a huge advantage there because the enemy is now starved for resources, and when you push in, you're going to have more resources.
We're seeing a pretty standard comp on the other side. Aside from Pokécraft is going to be on Junkrat for the other half of the DPS. Jolly Eevee is going to be the hit scan, and he's going to have a lot of work to do because it looks like Toast is going to bring out the pharmacy for this. I haven't seen a lot of that yet.
It's a good look for them. It worked well on Li Jiang. I think it'll work well here. And I'm not going to talk about Zrogan. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to dignify that with a comment. Not that it can't work, but I doubt we're going to see that make it out the gate, the attack Symmetra. The other thing to note here is that on defense, point A, Volskaya, Sombra is absolutely killer. On offense, nothing breaks open that stubborn point B like an EMP on attack.
So the interesting thing here is that they're actually playing Sombra like a second DPS, not like a second support. It's a little different from what you usually see at the pro level when they bring Sombra.
And if that's the case, you have to see Sombra doing damage and getting key hacks. She can't run around hacking health packs the whole time. So here comes the attack. They are attempting to push in through their right side, but with an immediate demech on King Kaz is going to slow things down right off the bat. A bit of a mix-up, you know, red and blue on both sides here, but I am going to give this one. The momentum is favoring Reforged Thunder, though the loss of Fox is not doing them any good. This could be a sustained push. This could be one of those pushes where it's really one long push that builds into victory.
Ryan just got hacked. He's being sustained through it by Mercy, but Mighty Ina Boy is farming a lot of ult and has the EMP off of that Rhine.
Barely survived, and there goes the EMP. This is the time to close the trap. That was savage.
And the thing that decided that was Mighty Ina getting the initial hack off on Reinhardt before Reinhardt could turn and either shield it or do some damage. Because of that hack, able to farm off all the ult charge in the world to get EMP off. Because of the EMP, the rest of the team was able to make a clean sweep.
Now it was a bit of a...
We're going to see that again on replay. And again, the initial hack is what opened up everything. Mercy did a great job trying to sustain through it, but it's just not enough. Sombra's able to get a lot of damage, and then the EMP comes in and it was all over. So first push now.
Let's go. They're going in right over the top. They don't have a whole lot in their bank, but they do have an initial opening pick. Pokécraft takes out Zorgan with that tire. Not quite the killer blow we're looking for, but that just might be.
Cloud Sky has res.
See, that res that was built up by sustaining Ryan through that push, We have a Deadeye on the field. That is 2 kills for Jolly Eevee. Both supports removed from Team Toast. Another, I don't know if it's a questionable Winston ult there, but it's not going to get a whole lot done.
Yeah, they've got 6 minutes and they only need a third of point B.
Yeah, so 1 push down, plenty more to go. The real risk that Mighty Inaboy took on that Sombra play we watched earlier was feeding TD Vortex the res. While it did feed TD Vortex the res, the EMP came out first.
Yes, absolutely. And I do like the play. It got them point A. It made this first push on point B not go so well, but they don't need to cap it. That's why I like the play.
Yeah, absolutely. They really can afford. Oh, there goes a big EMP right up the opening bat into the self-destruct and the sound barrier as they continue to push down the way. Robert got hacked and wasn't able to put up shield. DG06 dropping the death all over the place. Here comes the res, the quadruple res from TD Vortex into the Earth Shatter, cleaning up the attacking force. That could have been the hit. Robert keeps on getting hacked, but that is going to save the day. I am not convinced they needed that Transcendence.
And yet they did make Toast use all of their ults, and they got nothing to show for it. Thunder still has some of their ults up. And it's a good effort from Sombra. It just didn't lead to anything. And now the hope is starting to form in Thunder. Maybe we can hold this.
That res was absolutely critical. That completely swung the fight. Even with the continued hacks on Robert, that one saved the day. Now, with them coming in over the top, we have Sombra sneaking into the back, getting yet another hack on a Robert. Would somebody please stop this man? There's a Tire looking for a target, going in under the shield, takes out Skelly. That's going to suck the wind right out of their sails. Fox moving in to clear King Kaz off the high ground, contesting it, getting a little bit in there, manages to get the DMET.
I would like to see Mighty Ina focusing a little more on trying to get to Mercy instead of bullying the Rhine. The Rhine's great for building up the ult charge, but I mean, Vortex is just building up all the reses in the world.
If this next push is going to work, Mighty Ina has the EMP, needs to get Vortex. If you can get Vortex and you can get Robert, you can clean up.
I would like to see another dry push there. They still have time. They only have the one offensive ult. I think they can afford to poke for a while here.
Likewise. Now they're engaging with Fox right here on the door. DG06 is already down, so that is going to be key. Oh, and there goes the EMP. That got pretty much everybody. But are they going to be able to follow up? And where is Mercy? Where is TD Vortex?
Waiting with res, and she's not even going to need it. She might not. Well, no, they probably will.
And they aren't able to confirm any more kills as well. So that is another... I know that Mighty Ina's ult builds up fast, and that was almost a dry push, but I don't know.
Yeah, and now she's down at 15%. I think she's going to need a little more time to get that next EMP to come up. Still 3 minutes, still plenty of time, but they've already lost half of it.
The EMP, the grab, and rounding that out with either a self-destruct or a barrage, I mean, that could get pretty much anything done as long as you get Mercy. You need to keep something in your pocket if you don't catch her. Can't blow them all at once.
Thunder's also doing a good job of holding on to their own ults here.
Yeah, their discipline really seems to have picked up. We were admiring Team Toast's discipline. There's King Kaz, DMEC, DG06 drops it, gets Pokécraft and Vortex. If ever there was a time to go in, now is the time. There's no RV with the Transcendence, and the hack comes out. The Earth Shatter comes out. Is there going to be follow-up? Yes, splattered against the wall. Another failed push.
That one's going to hurt even more. Skelly does almost have Graviton Surge up, but they keep on using their ults one at a time, two at a time. DG initiating with a barrage. I like it in theory, but it's just not working for them right now. And again, they're going to have to push into our Thunder team that's got 4 or 5 ults.
I hate to say it, but make sure somebody's familiar with the draw rules, shall we?
Oh.
Just in case we see one on this point. Now, 3 ultimates, it just goes down as a draw. So there won't be a 1 point, to take it. It just goes in the score as a draw. We don't need to worry about that until we get to the playoffs to determine who proceeds. So, Drawskaya might live up to its name. With 4 ultimates against 4 ultimates, and a little bit closer to the support on the side of Reforged Thunder.
Probably
Toast
2 good pushes left here.
Yeah, maybe 2 pushes. 1 good push and kind of a rushed push. This needs to be the play. There's the EMP over the top.
But they missed out on getting Mercy.
If you missed out on Mercy, oh! This could be, nope, too many casualties. But they're beaming down. There's Mercy in the back. One res on Robert. That might
I
be
like the
all
tempo
you
res.
need. Here goes, and you don't have an Ana to counter out, and you don't have anything to really break through that. I don't think they're going to take it.
I think that was their best chance. They're going to have one more push, but that was the one that they invested all of their ults into.
There's just not enough. I would have liked to see maybe a Tracer or a Genji come out to seek and destroy Mercy, because it's just not
Got a
getting
very
the job
late
done.
switch from Pharah onto Reaper by DGO6. Only going to have one push, so probably not time to build up Death Blossom. But I think, again, this is going to be a Mercy hunt for them.
Yep. What we need to see here is a nice speed boost into action. Using the speed boost to get Reaper into position ASAP. Now that is a good kill onto Robert. They traded out tanks. That is another one onto
Somebody's got to
Pokercraft.
get on point.
We have a res. We need to touch it. They have 10 seconds. We're on the point here.
Idiana's got
Vortex is in the
EMP.
back. Vortex is hacked. They might have just flipped it, and the EMP interrupts the high noon. Fox is going down. That is a late Earth Shatter as Robert charges onto the point, manages to take out Mighty Ina Boy, but it is barely, if they can trickle on at all. They just need to hold them off for a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Toast takes Volskaya by the skin of their teeth.
I love the heart that Thunder showed there on that defense. They held them off for 5 minutes, 30 seconds. They just had to hold them off for 6 minutes. It just couldn't quite handle that one last push. And what went right on that last push that hadn't gone right for them until then?
I think the change to Reaper helped, because one thing that you saw was they had these big bursty plays that they had in mind, but they weren't just winning your standard mono-y-mono fights. They would go in, they would burn ults, they would get 1 or 2 kills, but then they would get out-killed by Pokécraft and friends. Jolly Eevee on McCree, etc. So by switching to Reaper, they had that presence they needed to just delete people, and it wasn't so much a massive wipe as it was a systematic killing off 1, 2, 3. They also hacked Mercy, and that Mercy hack was critical.
And Thunder is going to pick Dorado for the final map of the night. And they did say that Dorado was one of the 2 maps that they were most comfortable with. So if they're going to take any map off of Toast, it's going to be this one. They've shown a lot of fight on this assault map. If they can keep that momentum going and take a map off of Team Toast, I think that's going to be something to be proud of.
Absolutely.
I will be doing this giveaway now. Sorry to cut you guys off because it's been a little bit since I announced it. So the winner, if I could find my mouse here.
Never apologize for stickers, pimp.
Never. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do that roll now. And congratulations to Radiage for winning the stickers. Congratulations. Yep. So I'll get details later on about that. But I wanted to say this before the game started on Volskaya. For anyone that didn't know, Volskaya is going to be the next map added to Heroes of the Storm. So if we have any Heroes of the Storm's fans here, Volskaya is a map being added to that, as well as Junkrat is being added to the game as well, and Anna. So just because we were on Volskaya, it reminded me of that. So if anyone plays, heads up, that's going to be a new map. So yeah, so let's go into Dorado. This will be the last match of the night for these teams and for the stream here. So let's hope that it's a good one, drawn out. I want to see some overtime at the end for both teams. Just
I want to see the
nail
whole
biters.
map.
Yeah, there's a lot of times we didn't get to see any really much of Route 66. Well, no, we did. Never mind.
We went all the way.
We went all the way. I forgot. But Kings Row, we did not, right?
But I like these 2 teams for it. Kings Row was pretty one-sided. But after what we just saw in Volskaya, I want to see that momentum come out of Reforged Thunder. I want to see them carry that grit and determination further into battle. And now they're opening on attack. So they need to carve a path out. If they really have that strength for defense that we saw, they need to buy as much time as possible here so that they can use that to its full advantage. Remember, they barely lost Volskaya at all. And they had 5.5 minutes to play with. So they want to buy themselves as much of an advantage, because if they bought themselves maybe 30 more seconds last time, could have happened.
Yeah, one thing I did
Absolutely.
notice though, and like this is something that people will notice from these level of teams, there was not a lot of alt tracking or not management but tracking of the other teams, because they kept blowing out. So the supports had not only one, but they would constantly have two alts. So it's different. You know, you get one support down and you pop it because you know the other one doesn't have alt yet. But they were the Team Toast. I know on the last point, there was oftentimes where they were popping ults and they was just getting countered, you know, by either a res or it was getting countered by a transcendence. Jolly Eevee at the end before he switched to Reaper, there was a perfect graviton, and you could see that Zenyatta had his transcendence up, but then he tried to barrage because you know it's a good combo when there's not a transcendence. So
one thing that I work with for my team is not getting too bloodthirsty. You know, when you have the enemy on the back foot and you can see victory and you get overeager, you start to make mistakes. Now, here we come out the gate with Team Reforged Thunder. They've got their Far Mercy part. They know exactly where the enemy will be. They try to go for the boop to push Toast down off their position, but it does not succeed.
Poke is flanking with Reaper along down the underside here.
I'd like to see. All right, so both Reinhardt's battling here. I want to see something cool come out of Poke here in full sneak mode, but the enemy team is withdrawing. Now they've managed to push through the mighty shield of King Kaz. That's going to give them an advantage in this upcoming engagement. Poke still sneaking around the back, right onto Clouded Sky. Manages to take him out. Now Norv is down, but the sustained healing of Clouded Sky is a key factor of this fight. It's now sided towards Reforged Thunder. They've lost a fair amount, and they're a little bit squishy at the moment. So they need to angle their DPS around the side here onto the back line. Here it comes, firing onto Skelly and Zogan, but diving a little bit low, putting Jolly Eevee in danger, going down to about half health. So they need to push through the car wash. This is one of the key chokes on this map. If you can get through here to the marketplace, you have a much better chance. But with the payload stopped on the top of this slope, you're going to have a bad time.
And I do like the Reaper pick from Pokécraft. They knew they were going to be fighting a hard battle at this choke, and I think this is what he's for.
So King Kaz just dropped a Earth Shatter, and DG06 made good on it, but a triple res is going to cancel out some of that right there. So that was a good play on the side of TD Vortex to pop that at that moment. Jolly Eevee cleaning up, gets Clouded Sky. There will be no counter res, and they had res, so they should be able to push almost all the way through, if not all the way through the market phase on that res.
I like this new Team Thunder. I like what they're doing here. I like this push so far. They're chaining their ults together in an intelligent way. They're using teamwork. I think they've kind of gelled over the course even of this match.
Now, Fox drops early in the market phase, but this isn't really, it doesn't really matter. They now have respawn advantage. It's more of a parting blow on the side of Team Toast. Look at Team Toast's arsenal. They're looking pretty scary here. Fox into Pokécraft's Earth Shatter into Death Blossom could be quite good, but you kind of have to set that up first. Toast has a lot of toys to play with. They have their Graviton, they have their Sound Barrier, and they've got the Res along with the High Noon. Now, it's a smart play here for Reforged Thunder to send their Far Mercy to scout the right-hand side, keep everyone away from there. They need to direct fire onto that high ground to take control, prevent those DPS from raining death upon them.
Junkrat almost just launched Poke up to the second floor.
And he actually launched him into outer space, took him out of this life entirely. That's going to cut that push short. Not the end of the world. They have 3 minutes and 50 seconds to play with and a lot of ultimates of their own. But this next fight is going to be... We're going to see some fireworks here, people.
And I think this one is important. Even if Thunder loses, they can't lose and lose ult advantage. They got to at least do something. That's a great early pick on Mighty Enaboy by Eevee there.
That's going to give Eevee a lot more room to maneuver in the skies there. Kaz drops
Shielded Shatter.
Whiffs, but then the Graviton follows up, allowing him to completely clean up. But the Res comes in for a quad. That's both of their key CC ults down. That is exactly what we needed to see out of Thunder. They get Kaz in the corner and just punish him. DG06 manages to bomb out TD Vortex, but all they need to do is clear the point, and with that ultimate, he takes Zarya for a ride, interrupted by the flashbang, and that saved Cloud Sky enough to res Kaz back up and deny them all that ground that they just fought for. They thought they were going to get through here, you know, with that amazing play, but something went wrong at the feet of the courthouse.
And that's why it's not always the big reses that are the most important. What Clouded Sky did there, solo resing the Ryan in the perfect position, that was able to just throw the entire attack by Thunder into disarray.
So what should have happened there if Thunder wanted to maintain that momentum? They are getting a little more ground, but they're going to have to fight and pay with blood. What could they have done to avoid that?
Get the Mercy, get the Mercy, get the Mercy. The reses are killing them.
And that's a classic example of a tempo res. That's the kind of res that you'll be able to get away with when the Mercy changes go live. Now, Jolly Eevee going over the top, trying to apply pressure, split apart their formation. The loss of Fox is going to be pretty gnarly because now their main defense is gone. But there's another tempo res, an excellent example. Advantage in the favor of Reforged Thunder, still fighting for every meter that they take as they go through this plaza and push up towards the power station.
And they finally take down Skelly. Skelly had eye energy for almost an entire minute there for that street fight. Wasn't able to confirm the kills because wasn't coordinating well enough with the rest of Toast, and that's going to be why Thunder's able to get point B here.
Now you saw King Kaz got pinned up against the Lumerico border just as Reforged Thunder took the second point. They immediately found that he was out of position and took him out. That was a good play on their part. It's going to buy them at least to the elbow here.
And this third point, there are so many places you can get stopped. It can be pretty hard to take if you can't hold the high ground.
And control of the high ground, like you said, will be crucial. Ooh, Mighty Inaboy making good example of why that's the point by taking out Jolly Eevee. That is a key aspect of the DPS gone. King Kaz makes a great escape. Robert dropping the bomb into Mighty Ina's double kill. Very unfortunate. Catches Robert before the self-destruct comes back, so no mech to save you. Mighty Thunder, Reforged Thunder now
for the
on
staggers.
the back foot. Yep. Ooh! Oh, squish goes the Mercy!
No. King Kaz takes a flight.
What do you think? Worth or not worth?
I think it's worth it. He'll respond soon enough.
It's worth it knowing that Skelly has the grav still in their back pocket. That's a
Yeah.
play to just burn down time, right? Using the shatter, and then obviously it would have been better to avoid the death, but it's not the end of the world. It's still a good trade.
The only problem here is that while Skelly does have Graviton, there's not a lot they can pair it with right now, while Thunder has a lot of ults they can use and do.
Pokercraft just burned Death Blossom and didn't get a whole lot of value off of it and is now back from the dead. Here comes the Graviton. This is where you want to see Pokercraft going nuts. DG06 with his own Death Blossom takes out Fox. Still not a whole lot of kills on both sides from that, but it does go the way of Team Toast as they stop the payload underneath the bridge.
And that's another dangerous choke point to get stuck in. It can be hard to push it around that final corner. So they've got a minute left. They have maybe 2 pushes if they don't get staggered here. We'll see. They don't have a lot of ults to do it with.
One good push and one ugly push. Robert is off. Zarya onto Winston. They are trying to solve a problem here. Keep in mind, Clouded Sky has the res in their pocket. Jolly Eevee with the barrage and no hostile Diva to soak it. But all they need to do is just save, hold on to that res. So
all they have to do is get Mercy, get Mercy, get Mercy. Clouded is hiding. Somebody has to go get her.
Yep. And so here
And
goes.
Farah's trying.
Yep. Seek and destroy. Far Mercy, half of Far Mercy trying to kill the other half. Will they pull it off? Battle Mercy in effect, no. Clouded Sky is down. Mighty Inaboy is down. This is the moment to go in. They bring back Robert. DG06 drops his counterpart on DPS. This is still going to be an uphill battle, but at least it's feasible now. And both Reinhardts go careening off the side, completely removed from the field in a play that might go in the favor of Reforged Thunder. Drogon now doing everything he can with the support comments just to keep the point alive. Skelly back up. This last push is going to be key. There's an Earth Shatter in the back. A counter Earth Shatter, but not a lot of follow-up. You've got the cleave damage from Robert coming on into the battle scene, but it's going to be everything they can do. Here comes the barrage, gets one, but into the Death Blossom off of DG06, countered out, and then Pokercraft with his own! They're bringing it all in overtime! Pokercraft with the triple kill to capture out point 3 on Dorado!
Absolute legend! Replay that, oh my god!
We're going to watch that probably twice, because that was amazing. I did not think that was going to happen.
What?
He must have built all in that battle that was absolutely back and forth, and then as the last member of Reforged Thunder standing, no one there was able to stop him.
I was all set to say, well, at least the Far, it didn't get the third point, but it did get them a lot of valuable space, and then Pokercraft just goes and does the dang thing.
They've been reforged in the fires of Toast, and Thunder is ready to make their defensive stand. They took it all the way. They have no time left. All they have to do is stop Toast from reaching the end zone.
Oh, now I'm watching Twitch chat for when that happens because I want to see them react. Holy cow.
Yeah, that's a PogChamp. That's a PogChamp.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
We may not have a Torb on the field, but Robert is showing Orisa. I kind of like Orisa on the high ground.
I do. I love her on this opening point. I mean, I love her in general, but on this point especially. And they are bringing out the Hog also. The first time we've seen Roadhog all night.
This is a very DPS heavy because I used to put Roadhog in compositions as a DPS, not as a tank. That's how triple tank worked.
Yeah, and I do like this combo. I do like, because they can get Poke and Jolly Eevee sitting behind the Orisa, and Fox can just pull people out of position and into an absolute stream of fire. If they execute well, I really like their chances.
Yeah, this is like we were saying, this can cause some severe pain and disrupt enemy. Between the Grav Boop of Robert and that Fox Hook, they should have a good chance of dismantling enemy plans. Speaking of enemy plans, Skelly also on the Roadhog as Reforged Thunder holds the high ground a little bit farther back than usual. Actually, they're holding in the marketplace. Something you see, I want to say more often from pro teams. In solo queue, you're more likely to see. Yeah, it's a good tactic. DG06 leading the charge on the side of Toast by dropping some rockets over the side, up to 31% ult charge. That's good. Now, the moment for Reforged Thunder to make their play is going to be coming up right here. So that's some serious damage getting dealt from over the top. They failed to cancel out DG06. Now they're in disarray. Their formation has been disrupted. They're being torn apart one by one. Fox gets a hook down, but that's just going to be a parting shot more than anything else. They should be able to eliminate... Ooh, Jolly Eevee cleaning up a couple on the side. If nothing else, that's going to mean a good ultimate down the line. They finally deal with Fox, and nobody's been able to stop them from advancing, but that bought them a lot of space that they shouldn't have had.
Yeah, they haven't really been able to get set on defense very well at all, but now they're going to try to have to hold here, because here they're also trying to hold for as long as possible, because even if Toast manages to take it, every second counts.
Yes, since there's no time left in their bank, they want to make them bleed everywhere. But here comes Jolly Eevee over the top with a nuke.
And targeted Mercy.
Something about killing Mercy?
Kill Mercy.
All right, so the resurgent Toast.
Yeah, and that was an extremely intelligent use of the Riptire there. He could have gotten a triple kill. Clouded Sky would have just rezzed it 5 seconds later. Great play.
I honestly think that Pulse Bomb and Riptire are in the same category. You don't need to get the sweet triple dunks. You just need to remove the part that is essential to their plan. Speaking of plans, DG06 sneaking around the back over the high ground with, I might add, a barrage in their pocket. They need to get Mercy for this to work. They just took out Norv. That's a good kill. Mighty Inaboy now on Sombra with an EMP ready to go. Fox is hacked and lit up like a Christmas tree. Rez right into the Earthshatter. Didn't get a lot done, but DG06 with the combo of the barrage and the EMP, that should open this point up for Toast. One survivor in the back, Jolly Eevee, picked off. 4 minutes on the clock as Toast advances to the second phase.
Yeah, and we're going to see a fair replay of that barrage there at the end that sealed the point off. But I do want to say that the res just came in about 2 seconds too early there, but it was the right instinct.
It's often difficult to say, was my plan bad, was my execution bad, or was I just outplayed? And that's what VOD reviews are for, folks. Alright, so now we have the Team Toast pushing around at the feet of the courthouse. King Kaz eats a Fire Blast that is going to tilt the balance of ults a little bit, but notice Pokecraft coming in for a sneaky flank, dodging a Skelly Hook, DG06 doing the same to their counterparts all the way back in the courtyard, bombing Mercy, Seek and Destroy, gets hooked in and deleted from existence by
Beautiful
Fox.
hook there. And here comes the Riptire to try to follow it up.
Zorgan heard it go off, activated the sound barrier, but that tire sticks around for a while, dunks on his head, and I don't think this cart's going to go anywhere anytime soon. It's going to need a little bit of a refresh before Toast is ready to push up that hill.
Yeah, Toast was able to hold here for a little while. Thunder has to try to match that to bleed off more time. They're doing good so far. Clouded Sky could have res there, might have been able to get a 2 res, but probably only a single res on the Lucio. I like holding it.
Yes. Now look at the ult advantage. Mighty Inaboy down again. Will we see the Sombra swap off? Because There's not an ult up yet, and that's 2 deaths. That's a little bit expensive. Robert down, the tip of the spear has been destroyed, so this is a good opportunity for Toast to move in. Especially now they've taken out Pokercraft. BG06 doesn't have a lot of direct counters. Robert is back up thanks to a tempo res. BG06 forced to back off as the Reinhardt square off against each other. The battles around the flanks are really telling. Oh, Fox gets pulled in and couldn't get healed through. King Kaz is down. A lot of the key battles, here comes a res. Again, single res, bring back the Reinhardt. Robert is down. King Kaz is at 92%. Jolly Eevee wreaking havoc over the backside as Skelly clears the point with a brutal whole hog. Jolly Eevee making his escape into the back. Nobody's really going to be able to stop this point. They now have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to proceed to the final stage.
And I mean, Thunder has a lot of ults. They've got to hold this as long as they can because every second counts at this point.
Absolutely. Good kill onto Clouded Sky. This battle, Robert is in a bad situation. That's going to give some free space over to the side of Toast. Pokercraft also caught out. Will he survive? Just barely gets healed in. King Kaz down. I don't think that's going to slow them down too much. They need to deal with DG06. The battles around the flanks are really... Oh, off the high ground. Where have I seen that move before, Mukai?
And they're holding on to their ults. I think Thunder is holding on to their ults for a bit too long here. They need to start burning them because they need to start holding ground.
There goes Pokécraft with the... Oh, and the Earth Shatter. Clouded Sky is in the back. You need to get back there. Missed that charge. That was crucial. Jolly Eevee now with the Riptire. Dunking onto... There we go. Kill the Mercy.
Got the Mercy and the Roadhog. Great Riptire.
It was a good Riptire, but that was a little expensive. They used 3 ults. The Earth Shatter was good. If they could have followed up, maybe just a right click off of Pokercraft to the Mercy, that would have saved them another ult in their pocket. Because... And now Jolly Eevee swapping off of Junkrat onto Hanzo, another hero with high ruining your day potential, but maybe a little less certain damage than Junkrat.
I might have preferred a Mei here, but if Eevee is more comfortable on Hanzo, that would be the better pick.
Absolutely. Pokercraft got in a really bad position. Mighty Inaboy is now on the McCree, and Robert is down there. We're going to need to see a res come out very soon from...
This is the time for it. Here
There's
it comes.
The res, gets 2 for their troubles. Excellent. North pops off. Fox tries to use the whole hog, gets pulled in. That's going to cost him the ult, if not the battle. King Kaz goes down. Skelly now returning with an ult of his own, completely disrupting everyone's flight paths in his vicinity. They're dropping left and right, but that is a key res off of Clouded Sky. They take off Robert. This is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. They're pushing up the hill. This battle is...
Got to get someone on the cart.
And if they don't... Oh, it's so scrappy right now. Toast is out for blood. We need to see some kills come out very, very soon in the red side of the kill feed, but dunking on them like that for a 2-fer with DO6, that is going to cost them. Robert is trying to keep the point alive, dies, and we roll up, completing round 2.
So we are going to have another pair of pushes. This is going to be, I think, the first map to go to multiple sets of offense. Yeah, the first overtime. So Thunder is going to have 1 minute, and Toast is going to have 2 minutes. So Toast is going to have multiple pushes, but really for Thunder, it's going to be how far can they go with their first push.
If there's a time to use the cheesy, spawn camping, overly aggressive, high risk, high reward strategies, it may not be here with 2 minutes on the clock, but it's pretty close. If you can stop them before they even get under the car wash, you're going to be in good shape.
Well, it's Thunder that's going to be attacking first with 1 minute.
They can't afford anything. They have to play this by the book, and they have to be
Blue
on point.
is definitely going to be... Blue is pulling out a more standard comp. They're going 2-2-2 with the Ryan and Zarya. Nothing we haven't seen a lot of tonight.
When it is time for Thunder to hold, I want to see the cheese. I want to see the weird stuff. Because that's where, if you can catch them off guard, get maybe a surprise pocket pick Bastion, something like that, completely throw them into disarray, then you can save the day.
And remember, the match result has already been decided. This is all for Thunder's honor. And here they go. They're coming out with multiple tanks.
We see Jolly Eevee going down that alleyway. Pokercraft moving around, looking like they're not going for anything. Now, that's a much better boop. They have both hostile tanks on the ground. They need to get a key pin here. If you can smash them into that wall, that would be huge. No major kills on either side, but we do see Pokercraft sneaking around. Oh, a nice direct shot onto Mighty Inaboy. That is exactly what you want to see right now. Pokercraft in the mix, gets booped back into with his compatriots. Jolly Evie now going over the bridge, just gets some damage onto the back line, kill Mercy.
Great fire strike there by Fox. Can they get past the car wash?
That's going to be the question. Ultimates are going to be key here. Jolly
Evie's got to get barrage soon.
Yeah, those are some excellent shots. Building up that ult. King Kaz is down. That is crucial. Can't let TD Vortex build up to ult. Need to push through and get as much as possible. If you can...
Barrage incoming.
Let's watch for it. They may not need it just yet. No,
They
they're
might
coming
not.
in. And the
Oh,
dunk.
there it goes.
There's the dunk. Gets
Oh,
one. Doesn't get Mercy.
flashbang.
That was a clutch flashbang. Saves Mercy's life. You need that. Clouded Sky has the ult. It's all the way
Here
in the
we
back,
go.
running with a sliver
They
of health.
did get point A. This is what they had to do at minimum. But they can't leave the point.
They can. They have no room, but this is crucial because holding them before that point is completely viable. Now the battle's all over the place with Toast trying to get their footing back. Dealing with Jolly Evie just does not seem to be happening this round.
And they both have reses up. It's going to be a question of who can take out the other Mercy, who gets the better res.
Absolutely. There's an Earth Shatter. That's
beautiful.
huge. Can they deliver into Pokécraft's ult? That's only going to get one because of the well-timed sound barrier. But they now have King Kaz. There's the res. That's what we were looking for. So can TD Vortex stay alive long enough to get a clutch res off?
They've got a chance. They've got the advantage here. They can
TGO
push
sits in the
hard.
back with the tack visor. Takes out TD Vortex with a flanking visor. That was a key play.
That was absolutely critical. I think if TD Vortex had lived, they were going to get point B at least. They might still.
Yeah, they are tearing up. Can they get under the bridge and into
This is
the
an
main courtyard?
incredible push. And don't underestimate how demoralizing this is for a defense to give up this many points on an overtime push.
Absolutely. This is going to swing the momentum, if nothing else. There's the
Bastion,
pocket.
Bastion came out.
The prophecy is true. He got Pokécraft. The self-destruct is in over the top. He's getting smashed by a hammer in the corner. Oh, Mighty Inaboy goes huge! And there was not enough overtime
The
left.
res just a second late, but what a push.
Yeah, there's nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to be disappointed about in that.
That was Reforged Thunder saying, you know, you may have won this match, we're not done yet. And now it's in Toast's court. Can they do that well with twice as much time to start out with on the clock? And I would love to see some cheese coming out from Thunder. I'd love to see a May for that freeze. In overtime, a well-placed Blizzard ends the game.
This is if we were going to have a final match for tonight, if we were asking for stuff, these teams delivered. Thunder just delivered.
I think they're arguing about who to bring right now in their team comms.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to go with any surprises, though, looks like.
Mostly looking fairly vanilla. If the crazy pocket picks will probably come out at the last minute.
Ooh, here we go. And we are going to see Pharmacy again from DGO6 and Clouded Sky on the attack here. We are also going to see Skelly on Roadhog on attack as well as defense. So once again, we're going to see Duel and Hogs.
Now, an interesting choice here. Last time, Reforged Thunder chose to hold the marketplace. But now they're going to your standard, not quite, solo queue quick play position, because if you're a little further, if you're in line of sight of the spawn doors, that's the quick play position. This is your standard ranked position. Can they get a boop off? They knew exactly where to expect them, and King Kaz is getting some excellent ult charge with some well-placed fire strikes. But the boop didn't seem to go off. Oh, nope, there it is. Pokécraft is vulnerable, and they deliver on it. DGO6 dunks on him with a little help from his friends. King Kaz is out of position and goes down, but TD Vortex is also out of play.
And that's bad. They needed her to build that res charge ASAP.
Absolutely. DGO6 in a bad place, trying to get some work done. Manages to demech Robert, but is now out of play. They're going in.
They are getting kills, but they have to stop it in the car wash. Somebody has to touch the cart pretty much now.
Mm-hmm. And they delivered. That was a nice combo, taking out Mighty Inaboy. This is where they need to absolutely dig in their heels. And let's see what they have to do it with. Clouded Sky is about to have a res on the hostile side.
They don't really have any flankers that can go and chase down Clouded Sky either.
Yeah, so they need to wait for the res and then drop ults, or they need to get a lucky hook from a bad positioning mistake. It's a little bit up in the air right now. They don't have a great answer for it. Fox is first to Earth Shatter, but King Kaz is not far behind. He's hooked in. There's the shatter. Gets everybody. Can they get to the back? They take out Mercy.
They did get her. They did get her. Critical. Absolutely critical. They're only going to have one more push, Toast is, to try to get everything. I think that might be enough. They've got to hold one more time, though, and Toast is going to have every ult in the world to throw at him.
Exactly. This is where TD Vortex has to have huge shoulders. The carry is going to be real. They have to keep Vortex alive. They have to watch out for DG06 diving in over the top. There's an Earth Shatter into the back line. Pokécraft is down in the middle of attack visor, but saved both. That was a support ult coming out to keep them nice and topped off.
They haven't seen Vortex yet. Now they do.
Vortex is in the
Tempo res.
Yep. Ooh, that could cost him if Cloud Sky gets a big res here. DG06 dunks over on the back. There's the
and
res.
We're into overtime.
So this fight is probably going to go the way of Team Toast, but they're going to have to burn their way all the way up the hill in overtime. Not the worst outcome on the side of Reforged Thunder here.
But Thunder is getting trickled pretty badly here.
And they fed a lot of ult charge over to the side to King Kaz, who now has that Earth Shatter ready.
Here we go, 94.57 meters to go.
Yep. All right, so let's watch DG06 coming over the side. The big play here is going to be an Earth Shatter into a High Noon. Unless DG06 is able to get some key picks, look at that bombing directly onto Pokécraft. Mighty Ina sneaking around the back, going for a stealthy High Noon, a stealthy Deadeye. That could cost them. The good news is that Robert is in the back line and should be in a position to respond, but it's going to have to be quick.
See, there goes the Earth Shatter.
That was massive. They need to get Cloud Sky. Cloud Sky is still in play. Ooh! That was fireworks right there, ladies and gentlemen. That could be heartbreaking.
Wow. They're going to have one more chance to stop this. We're going to see a replay of that last engagement. Might end up being the critical engagement while we keep an eye on the payload proceeding up towards it. 30 meters left, 25 meters left. They're going.
A lot of ults dropped in that last engagement. It could have gone. There's a self-destruct in over the top. Takes out nobody. Refreshes that. TD Vortex is almost up to another res. They need to play this carefully. Norv is down. That is not good. Norv is up. Don't know
Tempo res of the other healer, but immediately gets caught by Earth Shatter.
Norv is down. That is going to be expensive. There is a blue kill feed, ladies and gentlemen. Reforged Thunder watching their lead slip away from them as Team Toast takes the last map in overtime.
An incredible pair of overtime pushes, and we're going to see that Reinhardt again once more. The play that won the final map for Toast.
And you got to look at every single time that they catch out and you see Mercy on the ground with that distinctive wing profile. This is from the big engagement, all right? Into, yep, there's that, the Graviton, which kind of made up for the Earth Shatter, and then let's just do it all over again.
Great match. Again, that was a 4-0, but you could tell by the end there, Thunder had caught up. There wasn't a lot to separate these two teams by the end of the night.
The score doesn't tell the story. It's a bit of a cliche, but it counts here. It counts. That was an amazing push through by Reforged Thunder. They bled all over every inch of Dorado. Both teams dug in their heels. There were just a couple of engagements where the ultimate trades were not in their favor. The reses were not swinging the tide of battle like they needed them to. And so we're going to give this one over. Congratulations, Team Toast, your win in the first week of Overwatch University League Season 3.
And congratulations to Toast for the win, but one more time, Reforged Thunder. They went down 2 maps to none. They gave up point A quickly, and then they just said, no, we're not going to roll over. We're going to hold for almost 6 minutes. We're going to push almost 2 points in overtime. They could have just laid down, quit, and given up an easy 4-0, but they kept fighting right to the last second. And even though they lost all the maps, that's really impressive.
That's the second half. That's the Reforged Thunder I want to see show up in week 2. They bring that to the table. By the time they get to map 3, the enemy's going to be worn down, and it'll be a fight to watch.
Yeah, I definitely think that they have the stamina to keep going. You could definitely see a little as the games are going on. I talked about this in Volskaya, how they were, you saw that Team Toast, they didn't, they were bogging down towards the end of the game. You know, they got that, you know, one key play at the end that got them the win on Volskaya, but for the most part, yeah, they couldn't keep up as Reforged Thunder did. You know, unfortunately, I mean, I don't think the score tells the real story of the series, because there was some pretty well drawn out fights from both sides.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that'll be our games for tonight. Yeah, good job to Team Toast and good job to Team Kablam. And the losers, unfortunately, I mean, not unfortunately, I should say. I hope that you guys stick around. I mean, you know, it's only one loss. There's still quite a bit to the season, and you guys all did great. So, just as we're here as well, I'd like to do another giveaway. Sorry, I had a little brain fart there. I want to do one more giveaway if we can. And the keyword this time, if I can find my mouse. This time, what do you guys want the keyword to be? Give me a word.
Oh,
Grit.
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 Agreed.
Yeah, grit. All right, type grit to enter the giveaway, guys. And yeah, I'll be here to announce it. So, anything? What was you guys' favorite map? I'd say of this. Of
The
tonight,
last one.
tonight?
Yeah,
Easily
there's-
that last one.
Yeah, yeah. I think it had
Good
the. I
question.
mean, it was really exciting. I do like this one. I also liked when we first saw Kablam pop out with that Sombra. I believe they also played Volskaya as well, and so I really liked how when they pulled out that Sombra. There was some excellent plays there, some beautiful clips that we'll be able to take of the Sombra EMPs. And honestly, there was not a bad Sombra play from what's his name, Mighty. He had a great Sombra play that ended up with that triple kill in it as well. That helped his team eventually secure the win on Volskaya.
Yeah, but still, the individual play of the night, it may not have gotten much love from the algorithm, but Pokécraft solo ulting 3 people and carrying that payload the last few meters home, incredible.
Absolutely. That is one you want to go home feeling proud of. We were ready to call it there. We were winding up with our pitch for, you know, the hold on point 3, and then one little Q wiped them out, just had enough grit to hold through to the end. But great plays from that side. I am looking forward to seeing Reforged Thunder play again. I'm looking forward to seeing Sky City and Kablam play again. And of course, Team Toast, you know, riding off of this win, they're going to have a lot to talk about with their coach. They should be feeling good about themselves. And it's time to start getting ready for next weekend's matches.
Absolutely. And if you've been watching this and you've got a match next week and you want to be streamed, the stream signups form is going to go back live tomorrow. And we hope to get a lot of teams that want to be streamed because this is real fun for us. It should be real fun for you guys as well, getting exposure in front of the broader community.
Yeah, but especially
one last little plug for the University League itself. If you're just joining us, the Overwatch University League is the largest recreational league that allows players of all skill levels to compete from bronze to top 500. Once you sign up with your team, we assign you to a division of your peers so that those two groups won't be playing against each other. It's a great opportunity to work with coaches, improve your gameplay, meet people, and play Overwatch the way it was meant to be played as a team game.
Also, I'd just like to say... Oh, no, I'm sorry, you weren't done. Never mind.
You can find out more at owuniversity.com.
And now for the less serious thing I was about to say. If you look at the color schemes, we've got an Italian flag here, y'all. We got Pimp in the green. We got Gnomes. His entire background's red. I'm in white. It's a very it's got good color coordination.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, as Nose was about to say, if you want to find more information about Overwatch University League, you can go to our website. As you see in the bottom here, it's panning around, but I'll just say it's owuniversity.com, as well as our Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube are also OW University. And our Discord, if you want to join our Discord, you can find teams, to scrim if you're not in this league, or, maybe sign up as a fill, a substitute. I know there's players that probably, or teams that are probably dropping players and they need people to pick up, or even sub for their games. You can go to our Discord at discord.gg/OWUniversity. Also on our Discord, we do host some events, as I talked about at the beginning of the stream. We have our midweek madness events, which where you can sign up as by yourself and get paired on a team, where we balance out SRs and complete in a little one-night tournament. No prizes, but we do giveaways during the stream, just like we were doing now. So people were typing grit, so I'm going to announce the winner now of this giveaway, and the winner, congratulations, is Whiskey Juice. I like whiskey. I might go have some after this. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you guys will have some gin and juice. Maybe I'll have both. But it's Saturday, so enjoy your night. It's 9 for me, so it's I got a good night ahead of me. There's a great night of streaming. I enjoyed casting with my two co-casters here. Thank you for joining me, Gnome and Mukai, and I hope to see you all watching next week.
Like, comment, and subscribe.